Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 87 of Punching Up, Last Stand Media's weekly Nintendo podcast. I am your host, as always, Brad Ellis, and joining me I have my two fine co-hosts. Today we're going to start with Mr. Gene Park. Gene, how are you?
Good. Felt like a long weekend, and it was nice to get out of it by getting my Xbox, my Asus Xbox ROG Ally X device. And I have a lot of words to say about it, but one thing I will say is that, you know, Brad, you and I are always haranguing our lovely co-host Micah into getting a Steam Deck.
Yes.
Because we believe, we knowing her, we believe, and knowing her tastes, we believe that she would enjoy the Steam Deck for its simplicity of use, right?
Yeah.
I am here to say that we should not recommend the Rog Ally X to here.
Take it off the Christmas list.
It does not share any of those qualities, as I'll get into later.
Yeah, we'll get into all your impressions on that stuff. I've been reading your Twitter, and it's been funny.
Yeah, which it's funny because like Micah is like our resident Xbox fan here. You know,
that's right.
More than me, even though but yeah, but it's fun. It's I'm actually installing a whole bunch of games on it right now as we talk. So
cool. Yeah, I love your testing all that stuff out.
It's probably because I'm installing every single Resident Evil game onto it.
Hell yeah, dude. Micah Moriarty, how are you? I like your little sweater thing you got going on here.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, a little boo on there? Yeah, a little ghost?
It's got little ghosts
on
it.
Yeah, okay. That's what I'm talking about, Micah.
This is from Maurice's for any other spooky ladies or for any men watching this. You're like, hey, my wife would like that. This is from Maurice's. Very affordable.
Hey, my wife would like that.
You're married to a spooky bitch. You know it, and you're gonna be like, damn, she'd love that sweater. Yeah. I think it was like $35. Very reasonable.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing well today. It's our anniversary.
Hey,
so I
congrats.
picked up our cake. Thank you. I picked up our cake from the bakery, and
cool.
I was like so paranoid about it. I buckled it in to the
What kind of cake is it?
It's the exact cake we had at our wedding, which is yellow cake, raspberry filling, and whipped frosting. We just get a mini version of it each year. So
cool. That's awesome, Micah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Love that. Good stuff.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to have that fucking cake.
Yeah, give me a book report on that later. Cake
and
report.
we're going to Waffle House for dinner.
Oh, dude, your anniversary dinner is Waffle House. That's sick.
This is not the official anniversary celebration. It's a fucking Tuesday, you know? So we were like, and it's also raining. It's like horrible out. And last night I was like, you want to go to Waffle House tomorrow? And the way Colin looked at me, it was like that gif of that old man with like the weird haircut. And he's like, you know, this little nod. And I was like, yeah, we're going to Waffle House. Our actual like celebration will be like next month. We're going to go to like a nice restaurant.
Okay,
but it was just it's just not working out right
now.
No,
I get it. Yeah, sometimes you just want to do something very low key.
Dude, I fucking love Waffle House.
Yeah, I've never been. I've seen one in person. Next time I go to Tennessee, I'll try to go there.
Yeah, I still haven't been to a Waffle House either. I still haven't eaten one.
I'm a recent convert, you know, but I fell in love with it immediately, and I haven't stopped thinking about it.
Yeah,
it's so good, dude.
I'm a big fan of establishments that are rude to their customers. You know, Popeyes, various Korean and Chinese restaurants, but Waffle House is a seminal franchise in that genre, and I need to go there.
Fighting game stage.
Yeah, fighting game stage, exactly.
Yeah,
check-in stage, right? Oh man, Itagaki will have so much fun, dude. Like the indoor-outdoor transitions, you know,
busting through the wall,
busting through the window and the walls, you know, through the windows, the wall
with the Yin Yang twins. That's right. Yeah. Have you guys ever seen a Dick's or been to a Dick's restaurant?
No, I've never actually been to one.
But do you know what it is? Concept. Yeah, it's like this place you go to where the staff is actually rude to you. They treat you like shit.
I'm not into that.
I'm not really into that either. Like, I don't really want to go somewhere and someone like belittle me all the time and like, fuck you, bitch, throwing like onion rings at me or something like that. I get it. Some people are into that, but I don't know if I'd really get it.
Yeah, I could see it being funny for like, oh, bachelor party weekend and we're going to go here first. Everyone's ragging on him. Like, I get it. But do I want to go there for date night? No.
Yeah. Date night.
Not for date night. No, that'd be a funny ass date night. But
yeah.
Well, I mean, if you guys are fighting, it could unite yourselves against a common enemy.
That's true. That's true.
You can both be annoyed at the same person, and it might be a nice little misdirect.
Yeah. Let us know your craziest restaurant food story where you've been to. Have you been to a Waffle House where there's a fighting game going on in the background? Have you been to Dick's? Let us know your stories, your tales.
Yeah, I'm curious. There was a place called the Angry Korean Lady in Hawaii.
Cool name.
Yeah, it's exactly what you expect. You go in there and she's really pissed off. She's upset. And she's like actually like it's kind of a character, but also she's like genuinely like annoyed at everyone.
She just ramps it up more, probably.
Yeah, and she'll definitely treat you better if you bring her beer.
Nice.
And then she'll just drink it there. Then she'll be nice to you. But otherwise, she'll ask you to like even wash the dishes.
That's so funny.
It's like you come here and you eat everything. You wash the dishes. I'm like, okay, well, but the food was that good though. It was that good.
Have you ever washed a dish there? Did you ever do it?
No, I brought her beer. So.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Okay, I respect it. Yeah. Hey, if you want to support us, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. You can get early ad-free access to all of our shows and things like Sacred Symbols Plus that are exclusive to patrons. You can also get some nice, those sacred streams. You can get them fully posted on our Patreon. They're public for everyone when they're going live, when they're actually happening. But post-stream, gotta be a patron to see them on our website. So head on over there. Colin and Dustin just played some of Symphony of the Night, which is a banger game. So good job, boys. You want some merch as well? LastStandMedia.store. Micah will send it to you from their house. Micah, what do you recommend for the listeners this week?
So still very popular has been the Stand Down t-shirt restock.
Great shirt, yeah.
It's one of those things that it only surprises me because that's something we did a pre-sale of. And in my head, I was hesitant to reorder it because I thought, well, everyone who wanted one got one. Not the case. I've been shipping a lot of those. So the Stand Down shirts are still in stock, I believe, in all sizes, as well as the blue Stealth Sacred tee, the new color. Those are also available in all sizes still.
Micah, let's be honest here really quick. Let's put the audience on blast. What is the most popular size of merch?
So what we order the most of is large and extra large. I think large wins because when we order our shirts, we got to order like 150 is the minimum. And we have a specific breakdown that Dustin has figured out over the time we've been doing the merch. So like we order the least amount of smalls, a very small amount of mediums. Large and extra large are the most popular. And then 2X, 3X, a smattering. But yeah, large and extra large are the winners, like across the board for everything we sell.
Gotcha. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's weird because sometimes a large fits me better and sometimes a medium fits me better. So I'm like, I never know exactly what to get. Sweatshirts, something like that, totally fine with it being a little bigger.
Yeah.
It's totally cool with me. That's why when you asked me about the Sacred Symbols sweatshirt, I was like, large. I'll take that. No problem. Dude.
Yeah, I will say something I have conveyed to customers when they reach out saying like, I'm really torn between what size to get, because on each item we have the size chart posted because we do have a couple different brands that we order from and they fit slightly different. The best way to get a better fit is take one of your shirts that you already own and like lay it down flat and, with a measuring tape, measure across from one armpit to the other. And then compare that to the size chart of the exact item you want. Because like I just ordered for Colin, Life is Good, had these really cute Thanksgiving shirts. So we each got one. But he's actually over there. I could have gotten him a small. Okay,
really?
That's how oversized their stuff is. I went medium because it's 100% cotton. And it did like shrink a tiny bit in the wash. But like their size chart, it's like I could have gone small for him. And in most things, he chooses a medium or large, depending on the store. So I was like, bro,
like me.
you can never you just never know. So I always just lay out one of his shirts and measure it.
Yeah, you never know. I've never heard of this. Life is Good.
Oh,
are they strictly online?
No, you'll see their stuff in stores, I think, as well.
Okay.
They did our commencement speech at my high school too. So
interesting.
I already liked the brand anyways. My dad loves their stuff. And then I have liked it even more since then. But they have these really fun shirts there. They look like sports team apparel, but it's Thanksgiving sides. So I got the one that says mashed potatoes and Colin got the one that says stuffing. And so it's just like they had like deviled eggs, they had gravy, they just had all the side dishes, but like in a sports athletic style. So it looks like your team.
Oh, yeah, they got some pretty nice stuff here.
Oh, I love it. That's the shirt that I have that says I'm only here for the hot dogs. That's from them.
That's a good shirt. I like this sweatshirt, Micah. This is for women, but I like this one. Let me know what you think of that one. It's pretty low key.
Yeah. No, see, I love their stuff. They have a real mix of stuff like that. That's a little more subtle.
Yeah, they do. Actually, you're right.
And then they have like a bunch of Halloween stuff. It's great. I love this website, and their stuff is very high quality.
Nice.
I've ordered from them for years.
Good shit. Very nice. Hey, Maddie Kuriolowski wrote in and said, "Hello, BGM. In honor of Halloween, is your favorite horror movie and horror movie franchise, or what is?" I think they meant. "Mine is Halloween, and I can't wait for the game, but I can't believe it's a year away. Thanks for making me laugh on my commute. I'll hang up and ask ChatGPT for an avocado and salmon recipe." Dude, we had a lot of people writing in about salmon.
I'm still getting tweeted at about it. Like somebody said they had something with avocado and salmon in it, and they said it was really good.
Yep. All right. Favorite horror movie and horror movie franchise, if you have one. Micah, is there anything that comes to mind for you?
I've only seen like 5 horror movies in my life. So I really liked The Stepfather. It's the first horror movie I ever saw in theaters.
Cool.
There's a really funny scene where he has a woman like in a bag and he throws her down the stairs, and I laughed so hard in that theater. Nobody else laughed.
That's awesome.
But she felt like a sack of potatoes. It was hysterical.
Yeah, that's funny. Gene, any horror movies you're a fan of?
I actually like the Resident Evil Hollywood movies, the one starring Mia Jovovich.
Oh, yeah. How many of those? There's like 7 of those or something?
There's like 6 of them.
I have not seen them all. You know, I should watch all of those. I think I've seen 3. I think the last one I saw was the one with Nemesis.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, no,
6.
wait.
Yes, that was correct. 6.
I saw one that's like in Vegas. I think that was the last one I saw, actually.
That might have been. Dude, I don't remember a goddamn thing about any of these movies.
Yeah.
Like I've been drunk or stoned for all of them. But they're very entertaining. I don't think they're that bad. Yeah, they're worth watching.
Yeah.
For fun.
Hell yeah.
Stoned.
Shout out to, I liked the first Insidious movie when that came out years ago. I have not seen it in a long time, so it holds up. Cool looking demon in it. And
God,
The Conjuring.
that's so fucking scary.
Yeah, and The Conjuring was cool. Dude, Micah, I went to a Six Flags like Halloween Horror Nights one time, and they have really cool mazes there. They had an Insidious one.
Oh my God, no.
Sick. Yeah, it was sick.
Was the dude like in there? Like, was there anybody dressed as him in there?
Oh, yeah, there's people in there like jump scaring you. Yeah.
I would not. I just, sometimes when I want to feel a little scared, I just Google the guy from Insidious and I look at it. I'm like,
the red guy? The red face guy? Yeah.
Sometimes I just Google that and that's enough. I don't need to see the movie. That's plenty.
Yeah, I think
I've seen like we had to watch like Poltergeist for Knockback and like The Shining.
Yeah.
And it was a quality movie. I can't really say I enjoyed the experience.
I get it. No, I understand. You respected the craft of it, but it's not for you.
Yeah, no, let me read a horror book. I'll read all the Stephen King in the world, but the movies, like I finished It, this year, and I was like, I do not want to see the movie nor the show. This is plenty. It was enough.
I get it, dude. Some mediums are better for horror for certain people. Like, I love horror video games. I'm not really super into horror movies, though.
Me too. Yeah. I feel like horror video games are just like way better.
Yeah, I just prefer it much more.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Horror movies, I just... I feel like games have more to say than horror movies, actually. Other than like... and I'm sure that it will like Get Out and like the Jordan Peele ones are good too, and of course The Shining is a classic. The Shining to me is still like terrifying.
Shining's an all-time great, definitely. I bet there's like really good horror movies that have cool like stories and stuff like that, but maybe they're just more in the indie space. I don't really know. Like I'm not in that field
for
so
sure.
I don't know.
Like a Serbian film.
I mean, horror movies don't make a lot of money either. It's the same with horror games. It's really only the Resident Evil franchise in movies and games.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Silent Hill seem to be doing well now, though. At least with F sales wise, so that's good. And 2 sold pretty well. 2 remakes, so I don't know. More horror video games though, I'm always down for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did get my Hinako schoolgirl uniform.
Okay.
Well.
Cool.
So I will be wearing that on Friday for the David Jaffe and Gene Park Gaming Exposed live streams. And I ordered it's Asian sizes, right? So I ordered it a XXX large because like I'm bigger than I've ever been, right? I'm 190 pounds now. Love that. I love that. There's more of me than ever before. So I figured, let me just go to like the biggest possible size and just overestimate that. I can always get a hairpin to like pull things back if I want to just to show off my body a little bit more. Turns out that's exactly the right size. I barely squeezed into that thing.
Wow.
Yeah. I like my head could barely fit. I was like, oh, and then I just like kind of like opened it a little bit to like fit it in. And it's pretty there. So yeah.
Nice. Are you gonna tear off the sleeve?
Dude.
Wait,
yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to tear out the sleeves, but I have to put on the whole outfit with like the scarf and everything like that too.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, like the sizing is wild over there. It just puts it in perspective, just like the different demographic. Like I'm an American extra small for most things, and I'm a Japanese large when I order clothes from like the Sanrio store. And it's like it's just really funny to think like, wow, in Japan I'd be like a really big bitch. Like it's hysterical to me.
A really big bitch is a funny way to describe it.
Oh, big bitch.
A big bitch.
Well, I'll never forget. It was my sister and I were at the mall. We laugh about this, so it's okay to share. We were at the mall back in the day. They had one of those kiosks selling studded belts. And my mom finally said we can each get one. So we're looking at the belts, and completely unprompted, the Chinese lady running it looked at my sister and said, "Oh, you a large?" And it was like, nobody asked you, lady. Nobody asked. We bought the belts.
That's so fucking funny, dude.
But it's like, bro, I could just try it on. You don't have to do this to me. There's people here.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oof.
That is really funny.
That's Asian people though. That's
just being informative.
And blunt.
We're just gonna tell you what we think you look like. Like right away.
Tell you what it is. No delicacy, nothing.
Yeah.
You were large right away.
Yeah, you're large. Angry Korean ladies. Shut the fuck up and give me a beer,
Yeah. All right, guys, let's talk about some Nintendo news, actually. This week, there was a second Kirby Air Riders Direct. That was an hour long. Sakurai, like you said this earlier, Micah, he's proud of that work. He's showing it off.
Yes.
He's very excited. What did you say, Micah? You said, someone said it was like, what was that again?
It was like his
there was
art
a comment
project, right?
there was a comment that said, this is less like someone trying to sell you something and more like someone excitedly showing you an art project. And it really was. It really was like he is going over all the modes and he's loving it. And I'm loving it too. I just didn't want to see this much of the game.
I get it. I love the passion. Sakurai is an absolute legend. I love that he can just kind of do this shit. He has the power to be like, I'm doing 2 directs that are an hour each. Deal with it. It's like, all right, Sakurai, you can do whatever you want, man. Keep making that Smash, though. They won't let him go from that. If this is what we get for... This is his little fun project to keep making Smash, Nintendo will do it all day. But anyways, I personally didn't watch all of this. I watched just a little bit of it just to peep because I don't need to see a ton more of the game, and I think we're all kind of in the same boat with this. But Nintendo put out a press release with just a bunch of information on it. So I'll just go over some of it so people have an idea what was there. But of course, if you want more in depth, you want to see it, all that kind of stuff, make sure to check out the Direct. First of all, the thing he showed off, I believe, first was called Top Ride. This was a mode in the original Kirby. Once again, I don't have any context for the old Kirby Air Ride. I never played it, so it's a big blind spot for me. So sorry if I missed something. But Top Ride, this game mode is returning into this game. It says, a game mode originally introduced in Kirby Air Ride. Top Ride is all about racing from a top-down perspective and includes courses inspired by those available in Air Ride mode. Just as in other game modes, you can choose your riders and mechanics or machines separately. You can also use quick spins and boost charges, plus copy abilities such as Flash, which cause the riders to surge forward in electricity. So a bunch of information there. But yeah, this is like a top. It reminded me of like a really cool arcade kind of racer when I saw that. And I was like, this looks sick, actually, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see that return. Micah, any thoughts on this? I think you saw this part, right?
Yes. And what I like is, so he mentioned that you can choose the camera positioning because the classic mode is zoomed out. So at all times you can see the track and everyone on it. But they also have added in this new version of it, they've added that the camera follows you around. So you can choose if you want the zoomed out and you see all the chaos, or if you want the camera to be following you around the track. I like that they gave players both options. So because honestly, having not played the original, I think the zoomed out one just kind of looks more fun because of the chaos. So, but I like they gave players that choice.
The options. Yeah. Gene, did you happen to see this, or you played the first game, so you have context, I assume, on this already?
I did, but I barely remember any of this. So I mostly remember the city trial.
Right.
Mode.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. This next mode, actually, I thought was kind of interesting, called Road Trip. In today's presentation, Mr. Sakura introduced a new mode called Road Trip. Hit the road and complete different challenges from Air Ride, City Trial, and Top Ride, including races, battles, and field events, all while collecting machines and items you can use between challenges. But this is no random road trip. There is a story behind why Kirby, King Dedede, Bandana Waddle Dee, Starman, and other riders are embarking on this journey, and it's hinted at during the presentation. So I guess maybe this is like the main event. It kind of seems like to me like a story kind of going on there, I guess, like main campaign thing. It's a cool mishmash of all three of the modes they talked about in the first Kirby Direct, and this one seems really cool to me. I saw some of it, like you're getting like items you can choose from, almost like roguelike kind of stuff occasionally. Looks really cool to me, actually. Gene, how does this sound to you?
It looks really cool. I'm totally into this. Just everything about the machines. And the possible story mode. You know.
Yeah.
That's a little. God, I keep forgetting the melee story mode. What's it called?
Yeah, what was that one called? Was that Subspace?
Subspace, yeah, Subspace Emissary. Yeah, I love a Subspace Emissary style story mode for Kirby Air Riders. So
yeah. Was that Brawl or was it Subspace? I don't remember.
I think it was Brawl,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know exactly. Everyone knows exactly. I don't play those fucking games anymore. I play Ultimate. I'm not a.
No, I'm not going back to old.
Yeah, I'm not an unwashed loser. I just play Ultimate now. That's pretty much it.
All right. Micah, what do you think about this mode? Do you like the idea of them combining all the modes together?
Definitely. And what they mentioned in the presentation was the various challenges. So like you might get a challenge that's very focused on defeating enemies on the track. You might get a challenge that turns it into more of a collectathon. I like that. I like that each race that you do has like a different goal in mind.
Yeah. Next, we had Paddock. In Kirby Air Riders, there's a new way for friends to gather for online play in the paddock. Acting like a lobby, this area lets players move around as a rider and set up matches, interact with friends, and pick and choose which modes they'll play or they like to play. It's even possible for several matches to be happening within a single paddock. Players can also change the music. You can also send emotes and work in character poses using the control sticks in combination. Just a cool little lobby, I guess, to hang out in between matches, which is fine. But nothing like too exciting, I guess. Swap Relay. The presentations dove deeper into Air Riders mode, introducing a new type of race called Swap Relay. Here you'll select a machine for each individual lap and automatically swap machines as you complete laps. Find the right combos and experiment with different pairings of riders and machines. You can even relay with other players locally by handing off the controller like a baton.
I'm sure that's fucking seamless, like can you just imagine two siblings fighting over that, like pass it, like
that's sibling mode. Yeah, for sure. Probably not something I would really do, but not opposed to seeing more modes. I don't know. Is there anything you guys want to say about it?
No, I don't really have anything to say about any of this.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, like, I like the innovation. I like all these ideas. It's cool to give people so many options, but not all of them feel like a win for me. Like not all of them sound super fun to me, but I'm glad that there are like allegedly 1 million modes here.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many modes. Like I can't even keep track of this.
There's so much content. Yeah.
Like it's why I didn't want to pay attention. This is why I didn't watch the direct, because it's like this is way too much information for me, man. Like it's a whole novel. Honestly, like look at this press release, dude. This is way.
I know, this is crazy. I'm not going to read all this, but
this is way longer than Halo Combat Evolved like remake or even like the press release about like the Xbox Rog Ally or whatever, or even about the Game Pass or anything like that. Everything about like actual financial institutions or a remake, expensive $100 million remake of stuff, and it's like Nintendo comes out with like, oh, here's how deep Kirby goes.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1,000 pages.
Yeah. There's a lot. Let me just kind of skim over some of this. Checklist stuff, I'm sure. All that kind of stuff. A new amiibo. They also showed 3 new amiibo as well. So there's going to be 5 amiibo for this game, which is pretty nuts. Meta Knight and Shadow Star. This is March 5th, 2026. King DD and Tank Star, just sometime in 2026. And Chef Kawasaki and Hop Star 2026. Uh-oh, Mike.
I might need that one.
Yeah.
He's so cute. He's so fucking cute. I've kind of sworn off Amiibo because of the price hike, unless it's like a really special one. That might be the one I buy next year. Yeah,
let me look at the Amiibo real quick.
Oh, that's a good Amiibo, man. All of these are fantastic, actually.
Yeah, they're really nice Amiibo, actually.
Yeah.
They're really nice. And I know you can take them all off as well, their carts, and swap them around, put them on different carts. Mm-hmm. And they showed like the tank tread ones that King DD comes on. You can like flip them so it looks like it's gliding. Sakurai, dude, going in, even making the amiibos more in depth. What a legend. Also, presentation confirmed the return of all 9 air ride courses from the original game.
That's fantastic. Really cool. That's so cool.
Sick, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot more stuff that they just listed about like all the machines and all that kind of stuff. But I'll just say this one last thing. There is going to be Nintendo Switch Online members can get hands-on with the game in the Kirby Air Riders Global Test Ride event. The online demo event will take place on November 8th through 9th and November 15th through 16th exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. So there's a bunch of dates you want to do and times. If you are interested in that, you can look up what is the most convenient for you. But if you were curious about the game and want to test it, sign on up.
Yeah, this test ride thing seems to be like the demo that I played a couple months ago, but this has one more playable. So it has lessons, tutorials, air ride, and city trial. Those are the 3 modes that were available for my early version. And the courses, though, Florida Fields, Waveflow Waters were available for us, but Mount Amber Falls is a new track that I've never played. So pretty cool. You all get to play what I played, basically.
Yeah. And there's also, if you've pre-ordered the game digitally from Nintendo eShop, you'll receive an in-game hat that can be worn by riders during the Global Test Ride event. So if you want to pre-order the game and show off and make fun of everyone and call them peasants, you can do that.
Oh my God. Keep that in mind. They're totally pushing digital sales. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They don't have to give a cut to retailers. They want all that cut. Mm-hmm. Game's out November 20th, so not too far, less than a month away. I'm sure all 3 of us will be checking it out in some way. So not too long to wait. I'm dying to see what the hype is, because I know people love the first game. So I want to get influenced and enjoy it with all of you, hopefully. All right, guys, let's move on to the next. Just quick little update. Pikmin 4. Well, what the fuck? Pikmin 4 is getting a update randomly. Not a Switch 2 update, though. Not a Switch 2 version. But it's just getting a free update this November, adding Decor Pikmin and more. Decor Pikmin were originally seen in Pikmin Blue, the smart device app. These curious Pikmin are marching their way into Pikmin 4. Decor Pikmin, like the name implies, are Pikmin that don some form of decoration found in the world. You may see them wearing something like a wind-up toy, a donut, a snow hat, and much more. Decor Pikmin you gather in new Pikmin 4 update can also be transferred to your squad in Pikmin Bloom, including some that are completely new. Field camera is a new feature. Take stylish photos of your characters. Okay, so there's a photo mode they're adding now. And new creature activity levels. Move at your own pace and enjoy the new relax mode, where creatures won't attack unless you attack them, or kick things up a notch in the fiery fierce mode. These modes can be selected when starting a new game, or change at any point after from the game settings. So an easy mode and a hard mode. Very cool. I know you like Pikmin 4, Micah. Gene, did you play Pikmin 4?
I did a little bit, but I never finished it. Yeah.
Micah, do these updates sound appealing to you at all?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, the decor Pikmin are super cute. I don't know if I really get the point, but they are very cute. Mm-hmm. I like this idea of having relaxed mode and then fierce mode. Like, that's pretty sweet because these games aren't wicked challenging, but definitely some of the enemies are quite aggressive, and you will just get like, you'll be in the middle of something and like one of those big like bug guys comes up and you're like, no, fuck off, get out of here, you know? And I could see it being more frustrating for a younger gamer, especially if they finally figure out the puzzle and then suddenly their Pikmin are being eaten by this guy. So that would be a cool option to be able to toggle on and off depending on the area, you know, if you're really struggling with something. And then conversely, the fierce mode, because it's not an incredibly challenging game, but if somebody wanted a little extra spice, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, hell yeah. Azoth wrote and said, greetings, Bog Swallow Brad, Grub Chucker Gene, and Musker Skate Micah. What? I don't know what the fuck you're saying. There's a free update inbound for Pikmin 4 next month. Suddenly, that Pikmin short from a week prior seems a little less out of the blue. There's no shortage of games to play, but will any of you check it out? Is this a prelude to more Pikmin to come to Switch 2? And more importantly, is this the excuse to nag Micah for not finishing Pikmin 4? Thanks for letting me pick your brains. PIK, very nice. Stay well. Micah, are you going to finish Pikmin 4 right now?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get to it. Someday. I'm going to get to it. Yeah, I feel like it might be something I get to on the holiday break.
We need that Switch 2 update.
Well, we don't, but I just don't. You know, I just haven't felt like getting back into it because there's been so much stuff coming out. Like, I literally, in the mail this week, I got my copy of Once Upon a Katamari. I also got my physical copy of Oblivion. Amazon just told me that Dragon Quest 1 and 2 is shipped, and I'm like, oh my god!
Oh shit, like, that's this week. Oh my
bro,
god!
Like, there's so much stuff coming out right now, dude. Like, and then also Plants vs Zombies Replanted. I just bought that last night. This is an absurd time. So, Pikmin 4, my goal is to play it on our holiday break when I can just fuck off and not have to be current with anything.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that Switch 2 update. Then I'll play Pikmin. Because I've only played Pikmin 1 all the way through. And I know people love Pikmin. Azoth, yes, there's going to be more Pikmin in the future. Miyamoto loves Pikmin. This is like the franchise he's pushing more than anything. He wants Pikmin to get way bigger. And I'm all for that. Next Pikmin game, Pikmin Wild. That's my guess.
Pikmin of the Wild, yeah.
Pikmin of the Wild. There you go, dude. Open world Pikmin, dude.
Pikmin? Hell yeah.
Weapon durability, Pikmin durability. Yeah. It's going to be good.
Kind of, yeah. They fucking...
They're going to ramp it up now.
Die.
Yeah. I love those rock little Pikmin. They're so cute, dude.
The rock Pikmin.
Yeah.
They're all cute. But yeah, those guys are just so round.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention during the Kirby segment, I love Maximilian Dude's YouTuber Maximilian Dude's viral video where he was making fun of people getting excited for Rick the hamster.
Yeah, he's from Kirby Dreamland 2, right? Originally,
he's from Kirby Dreamland 2. He's basically the Yoshi of the Kirby world.
Yeah, so. I remember that guy. Yeah, that guy was tight.
Yeah, he rules. And so he was just like making fun of like the fact that like it's got like 37,000 likes for Rick the hamster, and he's like, dude, it's just a hamster. And it's like sooner or later, Rocky the Rockinator is gonna show up, and like all the fan base goes like, oh my god, Rocky the Rockinator! Yeah. Literally 10 minutes later, writers in the game, and it's like, oh, I wonder who it's gonna be. And the first character that shows up is Rocky.
Dude.
It's just a rock with eyes on it, and that's exactly what it is.
I don't know a lot of the Kirby characters, like the deep cuts. I do remember Rick slightly because I played that one as well, but
Mark's is there Kirby too.
Characters,
there's a lot of characters. There's a new, it's like Final Fantasy. There's a new character like every game, you know.
Yeah, you're right, dude.
Yeah.
Rock. I'm trying to look at this guy. Let me see. Oh man, Kirby's Dream Land 2. That box art is so sick, dude. Damn.
Dude. Kirby's Dream Land 2 was like epic, man. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. Shout out Rick. Oh yeah, the rock guy. Okay, I remember this guy. Yeah. You can turn into him with his powers. All right, cool shit.
Yeah, man, that box art. There's like so much going on there. It's so colorful. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm loving this. Like all the love Kirby's getting, dude. I'm happy for the big Kirby fans, dude. Because Kirby's always kind of been like a lower tier Nintendo franchise, and I mean that in all due respect. It just hasn't been like the top tier.
Totally.
But they're pushing Kirby. It seems like harder than ever, which is really good.
It's Sakurai too, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Sakurai made Kirby the main character in Smash Ultimate. He was the only one that survived the Galeem calamity. You know.
Yeah.
Like literally every other video game character died. Cloud died. Sephiroth died. You know, actually, no, Sephiroth wasn't there yet, but you know, Cloud died, Link died, Samus died. Bayonetta died.
Mario died. Yeah,
Mario, of course, died. Literally every single video game character in Smash Brothers died except Kirby. Kirby just got out and
he's too powerful, man.
Has to save everybody because he is powerful. You know?
Yeah, he is. He's the most powerful guy in that universe, which I'm okay with. It's fine with me.
It's like Kirby versus Asura from Asura's Wrath. Like that's the real battle right there.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see that death battle with Kratos versus Asura from Asura's Wrath? And they made Kratos win, and it's like, dude, I'm sorry, there's no way Kratos would win. I'm sorry. I think Kratos' popularity like makes people think that he's like so strong, but it's like Kratos is very, very weak
compared to some characters.
To a lot of characters, Kratos gets owned every single game. He dies every single game.
Yeah, he gets his ass kicked a lot.
Yeah,
for sure. All right. Guys, next piece of news right here. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition is coming to Switch to Fallout Day was like last week, I think. And they announced some stuff, but one thing they did announce was Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. And this is a little thing from their website. It's been 10 years since players first stepped out of Vault 111 and into the post-nuclear world of Fallout 4. To mark the occasion, Bethesda Game Studios is thrilled to announce Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. This is the ultimate celebration of a beloved classic, bringing together the complete Fallout 4 experience. The Anniversary Edition will be available digitally, so on pretty much every platform, Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, PC, PlayStation 5, and PlayStation 4 on November 10th. And at the end of this, they had a little tease that it's coming to Switch 2 in 2026. So it will not be out the same day as these, but it is coming later down the line. Gene, what did you think of this? Is this something you'd partake in?
No, actually. I don't care. I love Fallout 4. I played like 700 hours of Fallout 4. That's exactly why I don't care about this release, because I have played so much of Fallout 4. I don't know how it'll be different in the Switch. It's just one with all the DLC. It's just one with all the DLC. You know what? I'm also downloading Fallout 4 on my Rog Ally. So again, I have handheld Fallout 4 with regular mod support on this thing. You know. Yeah. So, I don't care.
Maiko, what about you though? Do you care?
No, this is one of the only games I've ever returned.
Really?
I did not like it. It was my first out, and I did not care for it. I don't want to upset people. They were really mad about Final Fantasy Tactics, like weirdly mad. People got like weirdly mean about it, so I was like, all right, fuck you guys. So I don't like Fallout. I just don't like it.
Well, that's fair. I mean, I played Fallout 3 was the first one I played, and I enjoyed it. I played Fallout 4, and I didn't really like it so much. I didn't finish it. And, you know, one big reason I think of that is because I played it after The Witcher 3, and The Witcher 3 just kind of blows the fuck out of the water, in my opinion. But I've never played the DLC. I know people love the DLCs and stuff like that. So Fallout 4 is a game I'm not opposed to revisiting in the future, but I played on PC if I ever did. It's a PC game for me.
It's interesting you brought up Witcher, because I also felt that same way, where like when I played The Witcher 3, I was like, oh my God, this is so much better than Skyrim. Come on, you know? Because it really feels like CDPR kind of like ate Bethesda's lunch when it comes to open world RPGs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but on the other hand, though, I defend Bethesda because it's like Witcher and Cyberpunk are very, narratively linear directed games versus Bethesda games, which are just like fuck all, do anything.
Yeah, they're different types of RPGs.
They're totally
for sure.
different. But like, I think at the very least, it clarified for people, this is the kind of RPG I prefer over the open world stuff. Like Colin is always talking about how much like Fallout 3 is like seminal. But it's only because he's never played a game like that ever before, and it's like once you play another type of game that is, more your type of speed, then I feel like you just kind of leave Bethesda behind. I love Bethesda. I have Starfield installed on my ROG Ally X, and it actually works pretty good. So I'm actually kind of looking for. I think maybe I'll start a new character. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to play, actually fully play through Oblivion for a while, so I do like Bethesda games a lot too. I think they're super fun. I have problems with them, but I still think they're really fun, really good. So I'm looking forward to Elder Scrolls 6 if I'm alive by the time it comes out.
Oh my god, dude!
Well,
Outer Worlds 2 looks kind of interesting too.
Sure, yeah,
it's getting like mid reviews, but for me that actually kind of makes it more exciting because Obsidian games are probably one of the best ones.
Yeah, so. I have it. I haven't played it yet though, but I'm curious about it. I played through the first one. I thought it was fun. I had a good time.
I hated the first one. I thought it sucked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just think it sucks. Like it's why I think Obsidian kind of sucks sometimes because like I need to play Pentiment, which Micah loved and a lot of people loved.
Yeah,
so good. Yeah.
So it's like they clearly know how to like make good games, but sometimes you're just like, ugh, I just can't stand their shit anymore. Like Avowed, I didn't like Avowed that much.
I didn't play that.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, if you're interested in Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, it is coming to Switch 2 just next year. All right, Gene, you got the Xbox ROG Ally. Wait, what is it? Xbox ROG Ally X? Is that what it's called? I'm trying to remember what this fucking thing's called. But yeah, you got it recently. You've been tinkering with it. I want to get some of your impressions on that. Switch is a handheld hybrid, so Microsoft is kind of dipping their toes in that space a little bit here. Give us your impressions.
Yeah, so I just got it on Monday. It is Tuesday now, so I literally don't have a ton of time with it. I spent about a good 4 to 5. So this is why Micah should never buy this device, because Micah likes the console experience, right? You like to turn on the game machine, go to the game, press A, and then the game will start. And then you go to the start screen, and you can press start, and then you're playing the game within the span of like a minute or two, right? That's what you prefer, and that's what you want, even out of handheld.
That's the ideal.
That's the ideal. With this one, it would ask you. It's a Windows boot up. There is literally nothing different about setting this up, other than you got a new laptop with Windows 11 on it, and you're going to set Windows 11 up. That's the whole process. You're gonna set your security password. You're gonna log into your login.live.com account. You're gonna set all your Windows settings that will always change after every update that we're always complaining about here on this show, where our audio settings are always changing every time there's an update. And as many people have pointed out, this is not an actual Xbox. It's just basically a PC, and it's Xbox branded, and there is a new Xbox full screen experience, which I actually think is kind of interesting. It's kind of like the iPad or iPhone iOS, where you have like different let me see, trying to find just different apps or whatever, on there. Yeah, I'm trying to find an app that doesn't have something personal on it, but they all have something personal on it. So, but yeah, like full screen apps that you can kind of switch in between out of, and that actually gives a nice functionality that I'm only just starting to test out, including like mod support. Being able to install mods in this thing is so much easier than the Linux atmosphere of SteamOS. That said, the Steam Deck. You turn on the machine, you download the game you want. You want to play Halo Infinite? Download Halo Infinite. And once it's finished, you press A on Halo Infinite, it'll play, you press start, and boom, you're in Halo Infinite. Now, contrast to my tweet where I described the startup process for Halo Infinite. Mind you, Halo Infinite is an Xbox game. This is published and made by Microsoft, and I'm playing this on the Xbox Rog Ally X. So to make Halo Infinite working, I had to verify and repair its files, go into Task Manager and end task for the Xbox app, go to Install Apps and uninstall gaming services, update the Xbox app in the Microsoft Store, go to Files and update to the latest Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable, go back into the apps and reinstall gaming services and restart the whole machine. And log back into my Microsoft account, and then I can play Halo Infinite.
So you did get to work. You just had to jump through some hoops.
It's basically just a PC, like
Right.
and I'm playing the Xbox version of Halo Infinite, which made it worse. Like it probably would have been easier if I just downloaded the Steam version and played that, because you can just do that too. You can just install your Steam games, and I think I'm going to just do that. I think I'm not going to rely on the Xbox app, because the Xbox app seems to do some funny things to your files in the background.
Yeah.
Like, I'm now worried that I might have installed like a French version of Halo Infinite, just because that's just how Windows likes to act. And they're like, "Oh, would you like the French version?" I'm like, "No, I'm not fucking French. What is this?" I had to go in and uninstall every single Microsoft Office program in there. That includes Microsoft 365.
Office on it.
No! Is this sounding exciting to you, Micah?
Oh my God!
Are you excited to go into the system settings, go into installed apps, uninstall Microsoft 365, Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft fucking Teams, and the AI program Copilot, Microsoft Calendar, all that stuff. I had to uninstall all that stuff to make sure that I just have a gaming device that's focused on the games. And I kept the Asus programs and the Xbox app and obviously Steam. And I've cleaned the whole thing out. And I'm not going to install Chrome on this thing, because Chrome's caches get crazy. That's the whole reason why I have issues recording and saving recordings here on Last Stand Media, because it's always creating a backup on Chrome for files for Dustin to pull. And I just don't need that kind of weird shenanigans on my video game device. So I'm using Microsoft Edge, the Internet Explorer there. It's the first time I'm using Edge. I've actually set it up with bookmarks and everything like that, because it's like, I need YouTube and I need like GitHub, because I use a GitHub extension to help further debloat Windows 11 out of this thing. All that said, once I started to play a game, I actually started the Steam version of Dragon's Dogma 2, a game that did not run like almost at all on the Steam Deck. It is a horribly optimized PC port of the game. It is RE Engine, and as we are discovering now, that RE Engine does very, very poorly in open world games, Monster Hunter Wilds being the other version. And guess what? It played just fine. I actually started a new character because I can actually see where the fuck I'm going in Dragon's Dogma 2 as opposed to in Steam Deck. And I'm looking forward to actually just playing some Dragon's Dogma 2 later this evening. Just continue that. So once I started that, I was like, hey, I actually have a machine that feels equivalent to like a RTX 2070, which is, bigger than definitely better than my Steam Deck and definitely better than the laptop I have. So this is a nice PC upgrade for me, if anything. So if you're looking for that in a handheld type form, I'm currently installing Spider-Man 2 as we speak on this thing. Spider-Man 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm going to stop playing new games. I'm going to stop playing new games and finally play Kingdom Come Deliverance. I need to get to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So that's a whole 200 hours ahead of me that I need to focus on. And I figure, why not put it through the ringer for this new Xbox Ally thing. I don't know. Do you have any other questions? I have
a couple. So after your whole shenanigans, I guess, of getting it set up, has it been pretty streamlined in getting games to run now for when you're trying out new stuff?
Yes, I haven't had any issues with any other game other than Halo Infinite. It's probably because of the easy anti-cheat that was messing things up for And the fact that I was trying to run the Xbox app version, so maybe I should just run the Steam version because I actually have the Steam version of Assassin's Creed Mirage, one of my favorite games, and that just got a recent update. So I figured, why not try that? But on the Steam Deck, that one always forces me to log into the Ubisoft Connect, the Ubisoft launcher. So that's why I just don't play Ubisoft games on the Steam Deck. Mm-hmm. When I started this here, it still connected me to the launcher, but I didn't need to do any sign in. Like, it actually recognized my Xbox app. It knew that I was that I've connected Xbox to Ubisoft, and they're like, okay, you're good to go, and you can play Assassin's Creed Mirage. So I'm actually going to try Red Dead 2 because that also needs the Rockstar launcher. But that was actually an easier process than the Steam Deck in terms of starting a game up. Mm-hmm. So I've already done that. I already put in Elden Ring, and I installed some mods onto that one, and it was just easy, just like using a PC. But that's because I will connect my PC keyboard and mouse to the thing, and so it's like, again, this is an anti-mica device. It doesn't sound attractive to use a USB PC keyboard and mouse to do all this stuff and set things up just so your game runs nicely. That's not what the Steam Deck is. The Steam Deck is you install the game, you press play, and you play the game. Right, Brad? That's exactly what it is, right? Yeah. Pretty much, for the most part, for most games.
I mean, because it uses Steam, and Steam is the fucking best PC launcher without question.
Yeah, and this thing can use Steam, but oh god. Okay, the worst thing about this thing though is that like there are 3 different like OSs like competing with each other. There's the Xbox Full Screen Experience OS, which is trying to make this thing look like a console experience, right? And you can just all do it with a controller, which is a fucking lie. You need the mouse and keyboard to make it run well, all right? And good. Because I'm using Steam so much, there's also the Steam overlay. So every time I press the guy button, it's always fighting the Steam overlay button and the Xbox game bar button. So 2 different overlays show up. And there's also, on top of that, there's there's something called Armory Crate. And that's the Asus manager, where you can like do things like change performance and switch out controllers and stuff like that. So there's so much different user interfaces overlaying on top of each other. It's so confusing. It feels like it's clear that Xbox is like, hey, Asus, you got anything coming up? Can we that we can just like latch onto? We got this like full screen Xbox experience, and they're like, yeah, sure, fucking. Just put it in, see how that goes. And they're like, oh great, and they put it in, and they sold it for $1,000. So,
tell me, there's like an Xbox button on this, right? What does that do?
That is good. That activates the full screen experience,
the
and
Xbox,
the game bar too. So that pulls up the game bar, and that I hate saying that phrase, game bar.
Game bar. Yeah, I get it.
Like it definitely feels like I'm saying gay bar,
right.
So it brings up the gay bar, and then through the gay bar, I can just pick different apps. So the gay bar does make it easier to switch between apps.
Okay.
So I can switch between Xbox, Steam, and Armory Crate. I can choose my last games, and there's like different settings like audio, keyboard, and performance metrics too. I can have that as well. And I installed a widget called One Game Launcher, and that makes different apps easier to use via the full screen experience. So the Xbox app will bring up the game bar, and the game bar is kind of like your central hub for like different apps navigating between things, and also like is the thing that's powering the quote unquote full screen experience. So hopefully you can minimize the use of mouse and keyboard, which I have been doing now that I'm comfortably in there. Just install some games, and I just need to just press play and play it, and it seems to be working fine. I dread every few days when I have to go in there and have to update Windows again. That's another thing that this fucking device needs. It needs a centralized source of updates. Because if you want to update this thing, Micah, oh my god, Micah, if you want to update this thing, you need to not only go into the system settings to update the apps in the system settings of Windows 11, but you also need to open Microsoft Store so you can update the apps that belong to the Microsoft Store, including the fucking Xbox app, the actual app that powers the whole thing, right? So you have to have Microsoft Store in here to be able to update the Xbox app, because the Microsoft Store, it was Microsoft's attempt as having an app store for iOS, basically, right?
Right.
They were just kept playing catch up, and they're like, "Oh my god, we should have an app store too. Let's fucking just toss it in Windows. Windows can do everything, right?" So that's where they just fucking tossed in Xbox app, and that's where the all the updates to tie in Xbox app is there. And it's like you also have to fucking update Armory Crate as well, all the shit that comes with that. And it's like you have to go into like 3 different sources of updates to do that, as opposed to like it'd be nice to just press that aforementioned Xbox button, go to an updates tab, says, "Hey, you need to update fucking Microsoft Excel," and just press Microsoft Excel update, and just forget it and rest. But that is not the case. Steam OS, Steam Deck is completely different. If you want to update that, you go to the updates tab with your controller, and it says check for update, and it says you got to update, and it's done.
Yeah,
it's just one update. You just got to do the one update, and that's it. It's crazy.
So, Gene, there's 2 versions of this, and you have the most expensive version, which is the $1,000, but there is a $600 version. So I just want to be clear that they're not all 1,000. But would you recommend this to someone?
Only to someone like Paris Lily. I'm kidding. And I don't mean that as like Paris Lily, of course, is a very cool content creator, and he works for Kind of Funny, but he also like loves Xbox. He loves new gaming devices. Like he has an Apple Vision Pro, for fuck's sake, right?
Damn.
So I'm saying like someone like me or him,
tech enthusiast kind of.
Yeah, tech enthusiasts. We love like if Virtual Boy came out today, we would probably buy Virtual Boy 2. I don't even have a fucking Apple Vision Pro. Apple Vision Pro is like $4,000. So again, if you can afford it like Paris does, like I can't even get that. I couldn't afford this either. I couldn't afford this. Thank you Asus for sending it to me. But that said, if you do have the money and you are really, really interested in handhelds like I am, like I prefer this over a gaming laptop, even though a gaming laptop for $1,000 would have more power. I'll probably get like a nice like 3070 or 4070 card on that. And it's a whole laptop with a whole keyboard and a whole mouse that you can just like plug in, and you can do work, and you can actually do emails and Excel on it and play games at the same time. Go on Battle.net and play some League of Legends or whatever, Right. But this is not a bad device. This is definitely an in-between device between this is the missing link, to use Metal Gear speak, between the Steam Deck and whatever the fuck the next Xbox is. This is not it, but I can see it as a great stepping stone towards that Xbox PC hybrid future that I don't see right now, but I can start to see it happening with this device.
Yeah, everyone I've heard talk about this right now is this feels like a beta test for the future of Xbox.
1,000%. 1,000%. They said, why don't we have a bunch of beta testers pay $1,000 to beta test this thing, and hopefully have some fun playing some games. So
that seems like a lot of money for kind of like a product that's not up to snuff yet in many regards.
No,
I'm sure when it's playing the game, actually, that's fine. But the whole promise of the Xbox-like experience, it's not quite there yet. And the console simplicity that you expect from something like this, like you're saying, like Steam Deck doesn't seem to be there yet. So I don't know. Does this make you nervous, I guess, for the future of Xbox, Gene?
Actually, no. As negative as I sounded, I do think that this isn't that bad of a device. And again, once it's actually working, they have to address all the things I just talked about, including making sure that we don't see the fucking Windows desktop at all, but you got to, you don't see, you need to consolidate all the updates. You need to make sure, you need to clean up these layers, get rid of Armory Crate, get those features into Xbox. That's why you can't have that's why you can't have a third party like Rog Ally or Asus Rog Ally to do it, because Asus is going to put in their own stuff in there. And it's like, if you want to turn these like PCs into a gaming device, then you definitely need to brush up on full screen experience. But it is definitely a good attempt at recreating the Xbox game atmosphere in a PC. It's just not there yet. And also, I tried to. Here's the other shitty thing. There's something called Xbox Play Anywhere, right? Where if you just buy one copy of an Xbox game, you can have that copy persist throughout the PC game store on Xbox, not Steam, the PC Xbox store, and on your Xbox. So the nice thing is that when I turn on this machine, it says, "Oh, you have all these games that you can install that you have on Xbox." And sure enough, Gears 4, Gears 5, Halo Infinite, Ninja Gaiden 4 recently released, Lies of P. All of those are Xbox Play Anywhere games. I could just, I didn't buy them at all at the Xbox store. I could just simply, I own them already, and I could just simply install them. And I did that. I did that for Starfield. Starfield was also Play Anywhere.
Yep.
Logged in Starfield, boom, my console saves are on this thing already. You know, logged into Halo Infinite, boom, my console campaign progress was on there already. Same with Lies of P. Same with Ninja Gaiden 4. I was on Chapter 5 before I jumped to the Steam version, and now I can play the native Xbox app version of it on this thing and continue my game here. That said, there's not a lot of games in that program.
Sure.
Because there's not a lot of developers that will want to do something like that. And also like get rid of the possibility of people double dipping and just doubling the revenue from one person, which I've done many times. I've bought I bought many different versions of the same game, and so I don't know what that future looks like. And there's just not a lot of games. You know what fucking doesn't have Xbox Play Anywhere? Fucking Halo Master Chief Collection. You know.
Yeah.
If I want to play, I have a Halo Master Chief Collection on Steam and on Xbox. But if I want to play it on this Xbox PC through the Xbox PC store, which I don't have to do, I can just download the Master Chief Collection on Steam and just play it there, no problem, right? But if I did want to play it on via Xbox, I have to buy the whole package again for $40 on the Xbox Store app. So that really limits things. I look at PC Game Pass and what games are available there. I don't want to fucking play any of that shit. You know, I actually thought like, hey, PC Game Pass is actually only $16. You know, maybe this is a good way for me to actually try it. And I think I still might do that actually as part of like my review of this. Like, let me fully live the Sarabon dream. You know, of Xbox Play Anywhere. Everything is at Xbox, and I'm gonna cloud stream, and let me just depend on PC Game Pass for a month and see how that feels, right? See how much fun I'm having. But I gotta tell you, like I was hesitant because I was like, there's no games. There's no games. Xbox got no games, as Chad Warden said. You know,
Chad Warden, yeah.
There's nothing there, Chad. If you're out there, I'm still looking for you. I've made some steps in finding you, but I will find you.
We're gonna track you down, Chad. You can't hide.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where it's at. Where it's like, man, like it'd be nice to just use the Xbox app only. I love Xbox too. You know, like
sure.
I wanna be able to use this thing and just use an Xbox games on it, but it won't let me. So. You know, ultimately the Steam versions are just the better versions.
Yeah, I have not good experiences with the Xbox online store on PC before. Mm-hmm. Most recent example is when Doom: The Dark Ages came out. I got Game Pass and I was trying to play it through there, and it just wouldn't launch for some reason. Oh, thank God I was able to get it through. Which was cool though, is I was able to do it through BattleNet, and BattleNet worked just fine. Like I could use Game Pass through BattleNet, so I was like, oh, I'll just do it here. BattleNet is way better. In my opinion, they should just like have BattleNet take over whatever their online structure is, because it actually fucking works.
Dude. For real. I might install BattleNet just to feel that out. And also I want to play some Diablo. So that's probably a good way to do it. But you're right. That's hilarious. You had the exact same experience as I did. You tried to launch a first person iconic shooter through the Xbox app, and Xbox was like, no, we don't know how to do this right now.
Yeah, it's like error or some shit like that. It's just like not booting up. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, well, the crazy thing though is that like it actually went into it actually installed and uploaded Halo Infinite. I was in the game, and I was on the start screen, and as soon as I press start, the game just fucking crashes. And I was like,
that's not good.
It happened like 8 times, like 7 times in a row, and I was like, what is going on? I should just be able to play Halo Infinite on my goddamn. This is an Xbox PC handheld, right?
Yeah.
It didn't happen until I did all that stuff, including update visual, C++, redistributables, blah, blah, blah. And it's funny because Jez Corden replied to me earlier this morning, and he was like, oh, were you using Steam? I was like, no, I was using the Xbox app. And then like, so he went on his Rog Ally X to try to replicate it and tell me, you know, like, Gene, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It works just fine for me. And sure enough, the exact same thing happened to him. He cannot start Halo Infinite on the Xbox machine.
Yeah,
so
that's
I was
a
like,
problem.
well, follow my steps above.
Yeah, that is like the most Xbox franchise, you know, that people associate with Xbox and can't
imagine, Brad, if you were trying to start Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom,
yeah,
and then on your Nintendo Switch, and then it says failed because your firewall blocked it.
Yeah, doesn't sound fun.
No. Why do I have to set my firewall settings to play my video game? Can I just play the video game? Why is this thing confused about playing games? You know?
It's a PC. I don't know.
So it's like fortunately I'm on my emulation kick, right? So that's why I wouldn't have been in the mood for any of this, and it would piss me off a lot more if I had to like dig into folders and settings and all that stuff, which I've already been doing as an emulator. So once I actually install all my regular Steam games on this thing, I'm gonna go back to emulation, baby. Gonna load this thing up with all kinds of weird stuff and just have fun with that. But
yeah, I have one final question, but for Micah, after all this kind of stuff we've heard Gene talk about, does this make you nervous for the next Xbox?
Yeah. Absolutely. This just doesn't sound like a great experience. Right. And because it's like, I used to work in IT and it was a job. It's not something I want to do for fun. It's why I'm not in the PC gaming space. I simply want to sit down. Oh, the game needs an update. All right, let me just go poop real quick. I come back and it's done. Like, I don't want to fuss. I don't want to fiddle.
Right.
Like that was work. That was literally what I did for work, you know? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm hoping they learn a lot from this. I'm hoping they learn a bunch from player feedback and consumer feedback and implement, a ton of things to make this a better experience. But it is a little alarming when you can compare it to something like the Steam Deck that is just far more streamlined and say, well, geez, why is this such a hassle to use?
Yeah. That's probably why Cog enjoys this thing too, because he's in IT. He has an IT background, so it's like no problem. But yeah, IT is correct. Like it really does feel like I'm doing IT on it. Actually, John Lindemann over Digital Foundry, he was he had an epic rant on the latest Digital Foundry Direct, where he's just complaining about Windows 11 the whole time, and he's like, you know what, my dad, he would call me every week for tech support, just trying to figure out how to work his computer because he had a Windows PC. So I bought him a MacBook, and you know what? I never hear from him again. He has no problems using a Mac. It's kind of like the difference between an iPhone and Android, except that Android is actually still fairly pretty easy to use in general too.
Sure.
But it definitely doesn't have the ease of use that like an iPhone or again a video game console did. That's kind of the beauty of the iPhone, right? They kind of brought in video game console like mechanics into just a touchscreen. It's very simple. Just press the home screen. Just press start, baby.
Press start, baby.
Yeah, and you'll be smartphoning in no time. You know, as opposed to like the BlackBerry, and it's like, oh, well, install this and do that and blah blah blah, and use a little rolly ball and type in the thing, and it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah. I think for I guess you're trying to kind of appeal to the console market. Simplicity is king in that sense. Mm-hmm. I feel like just getting that shit to work easy, but I don't know. We'll see what the future holds for Xbox and this handheld and how things evolve.
It's kind of the difference between Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, the epic difference, Steve Jobs is like, I have Windows, and Windows is just everything, just stuff it down with everything, and Mac OS is like, and it's like, and like if you know about Steve Jobs, he's like, he hated PCs that have all these ports in it, all these different ports.
Sure.
And that's why Macintosh is like, I just want an AC adapter, and I want an internet cord, and an audio jack for headphones, and that's it. And people are looking at him, are you fucking crazy? The whole point of having a computer is that people can like open it up and play with it. And they're like, and he was like, no, the personal computer can be simpler. And he won the argument, ultimately. Well, I don't know if he won the argument, but I mean,
but he definitely made a name.
He definitely won. Yeah.
He proved that it's something people would want.
He proved that
just people who want that experience.
Exactly, and that's what Microsoft still doesn't seem to understand at an operational level. It's clearly something that they're trying to shoot for, but they don't have the skill or the vision or the courage. Basically, it would have taken courage to be like, hey, you know what? Maybe this thing doesn't need Microsoft Teams. Yep. Why did they think, hey, just throw in Teams in there and Copilot, and Outlook, Express, and Excel?
You're telling me you don't want to use Teams to chat with your friends while you play a game? You're telling me you don't want to use Teams?
Yeah,
man, that's funny.
Yeah, it is nice though that I can actually create a full screen app experience of like Spotify, for example, and just play that in the background as I'm playing games.
Sure. That's
awesome. That's something that's not as easy to do on Steam because, again, this is a Windows device and I just have different windows open. It's Windows. You have different windows open doing different things. That's the magic of Windows, right? And they kind of forgot that, and it's just like everything else in there. But it'd be nice to have like Apple Music or Spotify. I might actually re-up my Apple Music or Spotify subscription for the first time in like years, just to kind of try it out and
I
don't know, jam us to some tunes while I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. Listen to some hip hop as I'm traveling the countryside in England. As you do.
All right, Gene, thank you for those impressions. Very in depth.
Yeah, I think I might be on Defining Duke later this week, so that should be
okay. So you can get more there.
Yeah, get more there. Fun little conversation. I want to continue to yap about this thing, and by that time, I would have more, like a couple more days experience, and it'd be nice to just banter with Cog about it too. Because he loves this thing too, and I want to love this thing definitely more. I do like it a lot. I'm glad I have it. I'm glad I didn't spend $1,000 on it. So
that's what it seems like from people I hear. They're like, I like it, but I wouldn't spend $1,000 on it.
I couldn't spend $1,000 on it.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but if I had an extra $1,000 that isn't a lot of money, then no problem. But only if I make 6 figures. I still can't afford this thing. So good luck to everyone out there. To you.
Good luck, gamers.
Yeah. Good luck to the Republic of Gamers. That's what ROG stands for, by the way. Republic of Gamers.
All right. Let's move on to our next topic. Just really quickly, AC Shadows is officially confirmed for Switch 2. We've been talking about this for a while. It's been leaked, but now we finally got confirmation. It's coming out December 2nd. I have no interest in playing this, but if you do, you can now play it on Switch 2. It doesn't seem like anyone on the panel cares about it. Gene, you've already played quite a bit of the game, but probably no reason to go back.
I might. They've been making some improvements to it, including movement. I might actually reinstall that game and give it a shot. Take a peek. It's very beautiful. So, and now that Ghost Yote, I kind of don't want to go back to Ghost Yote. I already did all the side quests. I'm just like, I think I'm just done with Ghost Yote. Like kind of like Dustin, where he got to a certain point, and he's like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Yeah, that's fine.
I kind of hit that with Ghost Yote, where it's like, oh, the story's done. I think I'm done with this series for now. So. It'd be nice to go back to Assassin's Creed and just kind of compare and contrast. I know I've talked a lot of shit about Assassin's Creed Shadows, mostly because of the story and the cut and paste side missions. But the exploration, the combat, the stealth, all that good stuff is still pretty good and still pretty fun, So I might try it out, but I don't have to wait to December for the Switch 2 version. That's the issue with the Switch 2, man. Like, you just heard me on the Nintendo podcast talk about whole other handheld. And it's because I can play every other game that's going to come on the Switch 2 on this handheld already.
Mm-hmm.
And more. Yeah. And more, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, the Switch 2 is just kind of like the Switch 1 is just easy to get everything going. Yeah. And of course, you have first party, so that's kind of its strength.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Micah, let's start with you. What have you been playing?
Yeah, so I did get Once Upon a Katamari in the mail, and I did start that up. This is my first time ever playing a Katamari game.
Really?
It's very fun. The controls are kind of weird to get used to at first.
Yes.
They have two control styles though in this one. You have a choice between the standard controls where you're using both sticks, and then they have the simplified controls where you use one stick at a time. I used that one because it just made the most sense to my brain. I'm like, I can't wrap my head around what you're trying. It was like trying to drive a fucking car or something. I'm like, what? And so simplified controls, great so far. This game has you playing the Katamari game, rolling stuff up into a giant ball through different eras. So like the basic premise is that you got to go through different eras of time, and it's neat just because the scenery keeps changing, of course. And you're just playing the little stages in each one. So I started out in like the Edo period of Japan, and then it takes you over like, oh, now you're in like the Wild West. Like it's just neat. They're just all different places to go. Super cute. I enjoy customizing my little dude that I'm hanging out with. It's quite fun. Music is excellent. Also, though, a great podcast game because the stages themselves are, you're timed, and they give you like a goal either to collect a certain, like there's one stage that's like collect valuable items, and it gave me like $1 amount to try and hit. Another stage just says like you want your sphere to get this big. So you're timed on these. I will say it's not too stressful because for the most part, all the stages I've done so far, it's timed, but it like affects your ranking. You don't like fail if you miss the time. So maybe I'm a little slower at it, but I didn't fail and have to redo it. I just got like, I got a C rank instead of an A rank, right? Mm-hmm. So I appreciate that because I typically don't like anything in gaming that's like timed because I just find it so stressful. But in this one, it's like, well, I don't care if I end up getting a bad ranking. As long as you let me advance to the next stage, I don't give a fuck. And so I'm having a good time with it. It's very it's very colorful.
Yeah.
It's the king guy's really weird. Like it's a
King of Cosmos,
It's really fucking weird. Yeah. Like it's really weird. But the humor.
Does he still have a bulge in his pants?
He does.
Nice.
He does. And I was like, this is a children's game. But I'm enjoying it. It's low key. It's great to play while, listen to a podcast or you got the game on in the background, So I'm having fun with it. I did purchase Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. There were already like updates done to it after, we talked about that, right? That there were like issues.
We didn't have a story about it, but I think we just talked about it briefly.
Yeah, because people were able to launch it early who had like pre-downloaded it, and they were able to run the executable and play it, and they were like, "This game's fucked." And Colin's been playing it on PlayStation, and he's having a good time. I saw the update notes, and they fixed a bunch of stuff, and I said, "Great!" So I went ahead and bought that for Switch. I really doubt we're ever going to get a physical copy of that, so I just wanted to go ahead and get that downloaded. I have not gotten to start it yet, but that's something that I'm looking forward to for football time.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I have not gone back to tactics, and I did chip away a little bit more at Golf Story, pun intended, but there's just not much else to say about it past like where I am now. They keep adding new mechanics, but I don't really want to spoil that for people. But it's cool to know that as you play Golf Story, they just keep continually adding more and more. You don't have to utilize all of it though. Like, it adds more to the way that you can be more skilled and you can be more precise. But if you're struggling to understand one of the concepts, you don't necessarily have to use it. You just kind of finagle it your own way. So because it's just physics based or whatever. So you can figure out a lot of things, even if you're not necessarily doing them exactly correct. And the story, the cute little story, continues rolling. So I do still recommend Golf Story. but there's just not a ton more to say about it without like spoiling some of the unlocks and stuff that you get.
Okay, cool. Gene, you talked about your experience with Steam Deck, or not Steam Deck, the ROG Ally X, and you've been doing that mostly. Is there anything else you've been playing you want to talk about?
Well, I can talk about the next game on the list right here, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, well, let's save it till we get to that, actually.
For sure.
Because we'll just save it and we'll have your impressions there.
Dragon's Dogma 2. Again, the only game that I really got semi-substantial time in. I was disappointed in the game originally because I just felt like...
Me too.
The quests weren't that exciting. The world exploration wasn't that exciting. But I'm going to give it another shot because... maybe I could just chill with it. It's a podcast game again, right? Just wandering around, leveling up, just fighting monsters. So now that the all the weight of expectation, and I really loved it at first. I loved it at first for the first 4 hours. So I rolled a new character because I don't know I didn't know where the fuck I was in my old characters. I was like, I can't continue this game. I literally didn't know where to go. I was like, I'm just because the game doesn't really handhold you with anything. So
right.
I was like, let me just start all over again. Not a big deal. So it's pretty fun. But I'll report back. I love Dragon's Dogma 1. Dragon's Dogma 1 is a cult hit, and I'm one of the cult. Love that game. One of my favorite open world quote unquote RPGs ever. It's so unique, and so I would really want Dragon's Dogma 2 to kind of live up to that. I do hear that it ends really well, and I never really got to the ending. So.
Yeah, the true ending or whatever.
Yeah, the true ending. Yeah, I heard the true ending is pretty good, and of course, the game does encourage New Game Plus. So I've been scolding people, but not finishing Silent Hill F New Game Plus. So in that spirit, I should probably at least experience New Game Plus for Dragon's Dogma 2 before I get a final judgment on it.
It was weird. I did beat the game, and I got the true ending, and I beat it, and I was like, nah,
yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, no, I totally feel that. I didn't even want to fucking get there in the first place. So
yeah, I was disappointed with that game too.
Yeah, we'll see.
I loved the first one, or I did. I haven't played in a long time, but I loved it.
Yeah, I love the first one too. But I was disappointed in Monster Hunter Wilds too. But maybe I'll give that a shot too.
Crimson Desert seems to be filling that Dragon's Dogma hole for me.
Didn't you play that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay, this is pretty fucking batshit insane the amount of stuff you can do in it. So. Hopefully it all comes together for the full release. But what I played, I thought was really cool.
Yeah, those Koreans, man, they really want to make the dream game someday.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. For me, the only new thing I've been playing really is I've played a little bit of Tormented Souls 2, which is a survival horror series. The sequel just came out this week, so I played a little bit of it.
Fixed camera angles.
Yeah. Yes. And it's cool so
far.
Tell
me about it. Yeah.
It's definitely a sequel to the first game. It picks up after this the first game, and you are the same character. Her name is Caroline Walker, I believe. And your sister's gone missing, and you basically get locked into this crazy gothic Catholic church thing going on there with like crazy nuns and all this kind of shit. And the atmosphere is really good. Really nice, really cool looking. The budget is definitely much higher than the first game, which is nice as well. It looks way better. It's just like everything was way better production wise from this time around, which is really cool. It's not really doing anything super new. It's just a very classic survival horror game. You're going through the space, managing resources, you're solving puzzles and stuff like that. Some of the puzzles are kind of tough where I was like, I don't really understand what I'm supposed to do here. Per se, but the first game was like that, but it doesn't seem as brutal as the first game. The first game, I think, was really hard on some of those puzzles. They felt pretty obtuse. But so far, this seems like an improvement all around from what I've played of it. I've only played like 3 hours. I'm going to play more tonight, though. But I'm digging it. If you like old school survival horror kind of games, like Gene was saying, with fixed cameras and all that kind of stuff, I think there is some fun for you to be had here. I don't know how the story will play out, anything like that, so I can't speak to that, but so far, it's a good time. Nice lighting in the game. It has this really weird mechanic. I feel like this has been done in other games, but I just can't recall, or I can't place a game on it. But it's like if you're in the dark for too long, you'll die. And you have to manage that kind of thing. Like you have a lighter early on in the game you can carry with you, but sometimes you get encounters where...
Amnesia kind of was like that.
Maybe it's like, yeah, if you pull out your gun, your light goes away and you'll get killed So you have to find spots sometimes where there's light where you can shoot guys or light a candle and stuff like that, which is kind of interesting. I'm just kind of interested to see where it goes. So far, level design is pretty cool. Unlocking doors and all that kind of stuff, making shortcuts. So I'm enjoying it so far. I'm looking forward to playing more tonight. So I'll report back probably when I finish the game. But so far, so good. Okay, we're going to talk about this next one. And Gene had hands-on impressions with this, actually. But Halo Combat Evolved. Wait, is that what it's called? Halo Combat. What is it called?
Campaign Evolved.
Campaign Evolved, not Combat. Campaign Evolved.
Hello, Campaign Evolved. It's Halo.
Halo Campaign Evolved.
Hello too.
Hello. Because it was Combat Evolved, the first one. That's right. So Campaign Evolved now. This is a remake of Halo 1 campaign only. But this is coming to Xbox and stuff like that, PC. But the big kicker is, of course, pigs can fly now. Hell has frozen over. It is coming day and date to PS5. No Switch 2 announcement. My theory with this is kind of like a lot of the Xbox games we seem to be getting later on Switch 2. Like Indiana Jones is still not out. It's coming to Switch 2. Fallout is coming to Switch 2. So Fallout is coming later to Switch 2. So maybe this will come to Switch 2, but the priority is for sure Xbox, PC, and PS5 for now. But yeah, this is a Unreal Engine remake of the game, Unreal Engine 5. What's interesting is they're adding new content to the game with like 3 prequel story missions, I believe, with like Sergeant Johnson and Master Chief. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. I think that's kind of sick. But Gene, you got to play this. What did you think? Of course, a very early build that you played, but what did you think? What you saw?
Sure did. I only played Silent Cartographer, the beach invasion mission, the iconic beach invasion mission from Halo 1. The only mission available on Xbox Insider, the Xbox Insider program. So I only had access for it for 2 days. And I still continue to feel like, well, what it did do for me is it got me into a real Halo mode. That's why I was so desperate to install Halo Infinite into this thing, because I love Halo Infinite. Actually, I love the campaign, even though I think the story fucking sucks. You know, it was such a bad story, dude. I was like, what? Like nothing happened, man. What is this? I was really excited about it up until it ended, and I was like, wow, nothing happened. What? Okay, campaign DLC though, man. It's a live service. Yeah. We're gonna get a 10-year plan. That's the last time I fell for a
10-year plan. Yeah,
that's the last time I fall for a developer saying a 10-year plan for sure. But I still love playing it. I think it's fun.
I had fun playing through the campaign. I had problems with it, but I still had fun playing through it.
A lot of problems, of course, lack of biome diversity, lack of set pieces, which Halo Campaign Evolved does have. You know, like it's that was missing from Halo Infinite. It's like Halo Infinite has a sandbox, but it didn't really have the storytelling. Whereas, the best Halo games, Halo 1, 3, and Reach, they have a sandbox and there's like a narrative going on. The war that's going on, and that's what Silent Cartographer portrays. You are on ships and you're landing on this beach. There's combat already. There's aliens already moving on the beach. That was so mind blowing back in 2001. It really did feel like that this video game world was existing without you, and you're being dropped into the battle as Master Chief. That said, man, other than I do think that it looks good. It looks very Unreal Engine, you know, the grasses and the rocks and everything like that. It's like it's a little boring. A lot of discourse about the architecture and the materials that are being used, the original PC version or the original Xbox version. A lot of the building structures look more stone, and now they're just very shiny and alien looking like or whatever like that. I do think it's uglier. I agree with everybody who thinks it's uglier, but the fact that Halo 1 is not only maintained the Master Chief Collection, but they actually went back and removed all the bad changes from the gearbox. So going back, there's Halo on the Xbox, right? That's the original one we know. Once it got to PC, Gearbox, Randy Pitchford, dealt with that PC port, but that PC port removed a lot of weird things, changed some files. The visuals are completely different, like the teleporters, the water, the sky, the lighting, everything looked really different and kind of weird, right? Didn't ruin the whole game, but when you compare it to the original Xbox version still looked better, honestly, had a lot more soul into it. And unfortunately, the Gearbox version is the one that has persisted throughout time. That's a version that Combat Anniversary used, or Combat Evolved Anniversary used back in 2011 for the first remake. And they built on top of that. So when you go back to classic mode for that one, then it's just this borked PC version.
Okay.
The Master Chief Collection again, you use that again. But over the last few years, I think 4 years ago, 343 Studios, now Halo Studios, did go back and restore a lot of those visual changes into the Master Chief Collection. So if you want to play Halo 1 on Xbox, but performing really well, but looking like the Xbox version, other than like some weird, very slight lighting issues that they couldn't solve, it's there. So I'm not mad about any single change about this campaign evolved thing, because the original one is totally there.
Yeah. You can still play it. You can buy it still.
No problem, right? But that also complicates my feelings on this thing, because once I got over the Unreal Engine look of it and everything, and I started playing it, I started to kind of forget that I was playing a remake of it. Halo 1 is the game that I've played the most besides Resident Evil 4. I don't know which game I played more, because I played both games every year since they've existed, So it just kind of felt like rote to me, and where I would just going through the steps, and I was just playing Halo 1 again. Like, for someone like me, it's not that exciting. I was so like in routine mode. The muscle memory kicked in. Jamie Griesemer, one of the chief engineers of the original Halo 1, he was complaining that they removed rocks in a hill that was supposed to block players from driving the Jeep Warthog into a certain section of the game, so you can just kind of steamroll all the enemies. And he's mad about that, because you're not meant to steamroll those like high intensity enemies. You're supposed to get out of your fucking Jeep, walk there, and get intimidated by these enemies and have a hard fight. But now that you can just drive your Jeep in there because they removed the rocks, and that fight is just kind of destroyed. Mm-hmm. But when I played it, I didn't notice those rocks were gone, because all I did was stop exactly where I always stop before the rocks are there, and I just walked into that area, like I usually do. It wasn't until the second or third time I played it where I kept driving into there. I was like, wait, why does this feel so different? Wait, why am I here? Like, that's crazy. Why is the Jeep here? Crazy. So I didn't realize that changed until later, because I'm just playing Halo 1. It's just Halo 1 again. You know what I would have loved? This is why Resident Evil is like the king of remakes, because they actually reimagine their games, This is not a reimagining of Halo 1. This is just Halo 1 with Unreal Engine graphics, and they added sprint and aim down sights and some weapons.
Yeah, I guess, but the reimagine part, I guess, Gene, would be the new missions they add.
Yeah, which is
I
fine.
know you probably didn't get to play them. We haven't seen them.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
So I guess it depends on the quality of those.
I'm excited for those. They're going to be prequel missions. Are they going to be happening before the first level of Halo, which is so iconic that'll ruin the pacing, or are they going to be interspersed throughout the game as flashbacks, which could be interesting? There's actually some space in the game where there's some time that passes by that could be like, hey, this could be a flashback moment for those missions. So that could be really interesting for the pacing, right? But like for me, like I'm thinking about like, what if like a more imaginative Halo 1 remake is, man, what if they actually... So Resident Evil remade Resident Evil 1 through Resident Evil 7, right? By restoring the original vision of Shinji Mikami by making it a first-person game. Remember, Resident Evil Biohazard was supposed to be a first-person game. He wanted it to be like Doom, but scarier. They just didn't have the technology to make it look realistic. So that's why they decided to do the fixed camera angles and the tank controls, right? And then Resident Evil 7, finally, they could kind of imagine it as a first-person house-based horror game, right? Mm-hmm. Imagine if this Halo game was the original vision of Halo as debuted by Steve Jobs and the original Bungie creators. Remember, it was originally a real-time strategy game.
Yeah.
What if Halo Studios what if they made a real-time strategy games that was in first person, but you can control the field and everything like that, like a Kunitsugami, but in Halo, an action game that's also an RTS. They could have like that is like ambitious and creative and a lot of hard work, and they chose not to do that route.
I think Halo Wars is kind of their thing for that, I guess. Their answer to that, like the more
Halo Wars,
strategic element, I guess.
Yeah. Well, hell, fucking remake Halo Wars, but make it an FPS then. Just do something different.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that.
Just don't give us the same game again, because that's what it is. I'm playing it again. It's like it's the same game. I guess I should probably play those 3 levels before I judge. But when you're playing the old levels, it is just the old levels.
Yeah,
there's no difference.
I feel like if they did something dramatic, like you were saying, which I wouldn't be opposed to, people who liked the first Halo game might be like, well, this isn't even fucking Halo 1. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You're giving me a prototype, essentially, instead of what the game actually was.
Mm-hmm.
I think
but if they made it RTS, though, they'll be like, oh, okay, well, I just never played Halo like this
I think
before.
If you just made it, a separate thing.
Just make it a completely fucking different thing, Remake Halo 1, retell the story of Halo 1, make it a fucking visual novel, for fuck's sake. I don't care. I just don't care about another version of Halo 1. It's kind of even worse than Metal Gear Delta, because I praise Metal Gear Delta as being another version of Metal Gear 3, because Metal Gear 3 is now preserved in the master collection, or whatever the fuck it's called, right? The Konami collection. So I'm happy about that. But Delta was transformative in giving a whole new perspective and a whole new control style. Halo Campaign Evolved doesn't do that. It's the same control style. It's the same thing, except that they zoom in from the R3 stick into the L trigger to make that easier and modernize. That's it.
I guess it's a step up from... I mean, the biggest thing about this game that everyone's talking about is that it's on PlayStation now. So that's like the big kind of dramatic thing that's different. And it's quite a bit different, I guess, than the Gears one that came out pretty recently. What was it? Gears Reloaded? It's like a step up from that.
I agree that it is a step up from Gears Reloaded, which was a lazy remake. Reboot.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious about... I haven't played through Halo 1 since around 3 came out, I want to say. So it's been a long time for me. Yeah. Wow. So I'll definitely check this out. I'm going to play on PC, though.
Oh, this will be for you then, for sure.
Yeah, FPS. Yeah. I wish there was multiplayer, but everyone's saying there's going to probably be a standalone multiplayer mode game thing. So if that's the case, then that makes sense. Mike, you weren't a huge Halo person, though, right? I'm trying to remember. You liked Gears, but you weren't super into Halo.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
Are you curious about this one, though? This new version?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, I watched Colin play through Halo Combat Evolved, I think, for Knockback, like, semi-recently.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those, I was like, yeah, I did not enjoy this. I didn't enjoy it when I tried to play it back in the day. It's just, I don't feel it. I don't feel it.
Would you do split screen with Colin, though?
He wouldn't do that in the first place, so it's
okay.
out.
Well, it does have, I believe, cross-play, so you guys can play on Xbox. Yeah, you can play on PlayStation.
We could. I saw a funny post that was like, how fitting that this is coming to PlayStation, because it's like, once again, getting a remaster of a game that was already remade. And because of what they do with The Last of Us every fucking 6 months.
hey, Halo Part 1. They should have just called it that.
Halo Part 1, that would have been awesome. What
was it about Halo that didn't really work with you, Micah? Because you're such a big Xbox mark.
He doesn't like green.
Did you just not like first-person shooters? Or
No, I don't like the guns. Just don't feel very powerful to me. Like, I don't like the pew pew laser gun type gameplay.
That's fair. That's fair.
What I love about Gears is that the shotgun, you feel like it's like kicking back at you, and then the guy explodes. And I understand not every game's meant to be like that, but when I play Call of Duty, for example, it's like, I go for the guns that feel really powerful. There's always the T Martin videos where it's like, here's the best setup to make it's essentially a really smooth SMG, and I'm like, no. I want something that feels really powerful. I'll take the worst recoil in the world, if it feels like I'm fucking doing something, right?
That makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, it's just because actually, what is the Star Wars online game? Is it Battlefront?
Battlefront 2, yeah.
That's a game that I really loved the concept of, and I thought it was super cool, but I just didn't love how
the lasers,
how the guns felt like toy guns almost.
It doesn't feel that good to hit somebody with a Star Wars laser. I agree.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And because Battlefront, for having never seen like a Star Wars movie at that point, I was like, yeah, dude, this looks fucking awesome. And then I just didn't really jive with the gameplay, but I loved the concept of it.
That makes a lot of sense. I knew a lot of people, they're like, I fucking hate these pew pew lasers or whatever like that. And like, back then, for me, I also agree. I don't like the alien lasers. I don't like using them. I like using the human assault rifles and the shotguns and everything like that. So what I do is I just turn on the Infinity Ammo bandana in the Halo Master Chief Collection, and I just never have to pick up a fucking pew pew laser ever again. And that's how I have my fun. But if you actually want to care about ammo and just playing it without cheating, then then it's gonna be tough.
That and
you're gonna have to
part of it too is because it's like the alien guns look cool. They just don't feel great to me. Like the Needler looks fucking sick, and then I'm like, I feel like I'm throwing like aquarium gravel.
Yeah,
at this guy,
and it goes like really
like
slow.
Actual damage being done.
Yeah, it goes really slow, and it doesn't feel like you're really punching anything, right? Like,
right.
I totally get that. I'm glad I asked you because that totally makes sense, actually.
Yeah, it's just about the feel. Because I tried to get into the multiplayer back in the day, and it was just another thing. It's like, I love Gears Online. I was not a fan of Halo Online. It was just not, I just really wasn't feeling it. Like Gears and Call of Duty and even a little Battlefield back in the day. But Halo just never clicked with me, whether it was the campaign or playing online.
Man,
gotcha.
With the stupid Rog Ally X, it just goes to show there's no Gears 2 or 3 on PC, not even on the Xbox storefront. So if I want to play the Gears of War, iconic Gears of War Xbox trilogy or the series on this Xbox, I can't. I can only play Gears of War 1 and then skip right the fuck to 4 with new characters and then 5 with all new characters. Like, what the fuck is this? Nothing. Don't know what the fuck happened to Dom or
I'm coming, Maria. I'm coming, baby.
that story just doesn't happen at all. It just ends at Gears of War 1 and then we flash forward fucking like 50 years later to Gears of War 4. Okay, great IP curation, Microsoft. You guys really know the entertainment business. It's like having A New Hope and then only the sequel trilogy with Rey and Finn available there. And it's like, what the fuck happened to Luke? Who's his dad? Who knows? I don't know. Here's Rey and Finn, and we're gonna fuck these characters up too.
Yeah. Let's see here. Found Waldo in bed with my wife. Wrote in and said, "Hey punchers, with Halo dropping day and date on PS5, the Xbox is officially DED dead. How was Nintendo able to survive the Wii U era while Xbox crumbled trying to feed Game Pass? Leadership is the obvious answer. Spencer, Bond, and Booty Hole are no Satoru Iwata. What are your thoughts on Nintendo's survival versus Xbox? Just sad and embarrassing death. By the way, my wife says the woman's public bathroom smells like a fish market."
She ain't wrong.
Yeah. All right. Why do you guys think the Nintendo is able to bounce back after the Wii U, and we're seeing the end, I guess, of Xbox as we know it?
It's
kind of crumble before our eyes.
Go ahead, Micah.
I was just gonna say because it didn't cost like what $10 billion. Like
they didn't
Jesus
spend
Christ, let's talk about overextending. Like when we talk about how much money Xbox has tried to throw at its problems to solve them versus Nintendo saying, "Oh, that didn't work. All right, next console, completely different, revamp it, get people back." Like all these, they probably, because when you think about what the Wii U was and if it had been a success, how different the Switch might have been. If the Wii U was a roaring success and they kept with that model instead of you're holding the tablet while you play on the TV and that's the back and forth, we would have a completely different set of games coming out, and the way you interact with them would be completely different if the Wii U had been like, oh my God, a show-stopping success. But it wasn't. They pivoted, they adapted and made a console that actually was a like grand slam success, made a bunch of games that are perfect for it, and we continue down that road. But also, I mean, just the amount of money that Xbox threw at these problems, and now it's like we have to make this profitable somehow. Nintendo did not lose that much money on this.
Right. Nintendo did not spend $70 billion to have games on their platform. You know what Nintendo did? They spent a couple $1 million to make the games. Crazy concept. I know. It's the complete opposite of what Phil Spencer said. I like Phil a lot. I think he's a smart guy. He's very nice. He's a very nice man, right? I love him. One of the stupidest fucking things he ever said was exclusives don't matter. That's
right.
And they keep saying that. Sarah Bond, again, I like Sarah Bond. I think she's a very smart woman. They keep fucking saying that exclusives don't matter.
Or
exclusives don't matter to you because your exclusives fucking suck. That's why, Redfall, Starfield. Like I like Starfield, but that wasn't going to move the needle, and it sure as hell didn't. So they try to buy their way into like, oh, Call of Duty, and then they just decided to not make Call of Duty exclusive because it became a whole thing. I fantasize about, what if Satya Nadella just did a bunch of cocaine and said, fuck the FCC, fuck Sony and Nintendo, Call of Duty exclusive on Xbox only, not even PC.
Oh, damn. That'd be crazy.
Well, what would happen there? And then, I've had some other people say, I think people hop on the Battlefield. I kind of doubt that, actually. I actually do think that people are addicted to Call of Duty enough that they'll just buy an Xbox and play it there.
Maybe some people. I think the money they'd lose out on that, though, would not be worth it.
Well, that's the issue, though, because they can't do the long-term play,
No, they can't.
They can't, and they don't want to, even though they have so much money. They don't want to. They can't do it. They have to have great quarterly earnings every single time. Versus Nintendo saying, "Hey, wow, we fucking wasted 5 years of our life with the Wii U, but fortunately, we planned ahead." And we could suffer through several console crashes because we haven't enough money to do that and play around and try to find a good working solution. And they did, obviously, with the Switch.
Yeah.
On top of making good games continuously, like whole time, they were still making great games on the Wii U. The Wii U was still a great system for console exclusives.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. All right, guys, let's just do 2 more quick little news stories, and we'll do closing questions. Just quick little here. Pokemon Legends ZA sales updates. This is from IGN, what I got this from. But it has sold 5.8 million copies in its launch week. Nearly half were Switch 2 versions. So for all the dunking we've been doing on Pokemon, as expected, continues to sell. Doing just fucking fine. So the circle of life, easy come, easy go. Some things never change. God, I hope they do, though. That's all we can hope for, but killing it once again.
There's no motivation for them to change, though.
No.
That's so long as everyone keeps buying it.
That's so many games in 1 week, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's more than half of the entire Silent Hill franchise in 1 week.
Yeah, big dick
entire
Pokemon.
Silent Hill franchise from 2001 to today.
Yeah.
And Pokemon is like, we're gonna mog you in like 7 days.
Yeah, get fucking owned, bitch. Flat textures, we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Ooh, Unreal Engine remake. Ooh, fuck off. Here's
our 3DS
Legends
game.
Yeah. Here's Brilliant Diamond. It's a barely remade version of the old Game Boy game. We don't give a shit. And that still sold so many fucking copies.
And in this economy, dude, it's not for nothing that it's like, bro, have you seen the price of ground beef this week? And it's like Pokemon's fucking selling like hotcakes. It's like, dude, nothing can stop it.
Mm-hmm. It's like water, dude. You gotta have it. Yeah.
Yep. Final thing here. This link I linked for this is wrong, but Luigi's Mansion is coming to NSO. I believe it's coming Thursday, which is the 30th. So if you want to play that GameCube Classic.
Oh my God, it's already almost Halloween. Jesus Christ.
The NSO expansion pack, you can play that GameCube launch game. That was the launch game I bought. And I beat it in like a sitting or two. And I was like, oh, that was fucking short. Should have bought Star Wars. Fuck.
Rogue Squadron, baby.
Yeah, I should have bought Rogue Squadron. Shit. Great time to play it.
I remember that feeling. I went to my girlfriend's house and we just beat it in like overnight. And I was like, oh, okay. Well,
cool game, just short.
Love the game.
Definitely worth playing.
So happy to see it. It's the spookiest Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, the mansion's actually creepy in it.
Yeah. but I wish they just sold it as a separate app. I want to buy it.
Oh yeah. You're speaking my language, Gene. I know. I know. All right, guys, we got some closing questions from the audience. If you want to write into the show, I post a thread every Sunday calling for your submissions, so keep an eye out there on our Patreon. This is from Jordan Glaza. Hey, everyone. Love the show. I've been using my Switch 2 as kind of a gateway console. I play a ton of PS5, but it always comes with Discord pings, party invites, and friends asking me to hop in. The Switch feels like this peaceful little space where I can just dive into my long single-player games without the noise. I'm really looking forward to playing Persona 3 Reload on it for that reason. Do you guys ever use your Switch in that same way? More as a personal escape from the more hardcore machines. Thanks to keep farming those shinies. Yeah, because I don't play any multiplayer on Switch. Because there's like nothing I fucking want to play on it, really. I played a little bit of Mario Kart, I guess. Smash Online was dog shit, so I didn't even bother with that. Splatoon, I guess, is on there, but I only played a little bit of it, so... I mean, I don't play any multiplayer on my PlayStation really either. I play all that on PC. So, I don't know. But Micah, what about you? Do you get that feeling?
I appreciate it because not even multiplayer, but just when I'm playing Xbox, for example, and I have the Xbox app on my phone, every time you get an achievement, it pops up also in the app. Yeah. And maybe I could shut that off, but I just forget about it. And then my phone's going off every time I get an achievement. I'm looking at it like an idiot thinking who's texting me, and it's just the fucking achievement that's also on my TV now is on my phone. So I definitely enjoy that the Switch feels more like the nobody's bothering me.
Sure.
Oh, like I do the little pop up and it's like your friend's playing Animal Crossing. I'm like, she's playing Animal Crossing again. That's great. And I don't mind that because it is just kind of fun to see what your friends are playing. It's, it pops up and it's like, oh, this guy just opened up Minecraft. I'm like, I could play some Minecraft sometime. It does just feel more chill and disconnected in that way of like, yeah, my phone's not pinging me because I fucking did something on the Xbox. It's like, you earned some points. And I'm like, shove them up your ass. I don't want the points. I don't even know what they're for. I don't even know what the fucking points are for. I never wanted any of that. I have hated that entire like arc of the Xbox experience where it's like, and now you earn points by doing weekly challenges, and it's like, fuck off. I just want to play the game. Leave me be. Leave me be. So I don't want any of that. And Switch definitely does feel like disconnected. Just playing my game. Just hanging out. Zen. Yeah, it's a different feeling.
Yeah, sure is. Gene, what about you? Do you ever feel like you want to get away and play your Switch?
I just don't play any. I just ignore all everyone online. No multiplayer. Although I did see my old buddy from like 25 years ago, 24 years ago, still playing on the Xbox friend. He's still on my Xbox.
Oh, really? List. That's funny.
Yeah, and he's like, last play, did you kind of for it? I was like, yeah, bro's still alive, man. He's still doing good. He's fucking cutting shit up on Digicon 4. I love that. Yeah, I don't really play a lot of multiplayer games. Although now that I have this ASUS, this Rog Ally, stupid fucking name, this Xbox handheld, it runs Battlefield 6 apparently pretty well. Actually, that's crazy. Yeah. It might be kind of a trip to play some Battlefield 6 on this thing, so I might give that a shot. But yeah, maybe I'll play with you guys.
Sure, yeah, we play all the time.
You guys play on PC too, right?
Yeah, but it has crossplay.
Yeah, it does have crossplay. I should probably just buy the PS5 version too, sooner or later. But
yeah,
I'll wait. Again, there's so many different games, but yeah, I'm always in my little single player silo, so it doesn't matter.
Yep. All right, this is from Gay Song Title. Hello, team. Quick question for Grill Master Micah. I finally have my own space and able to get my own grilling equipment, but I don't want to spend thousands of dollars only to suck at it. Can you recommend any beginner grills or smokers to someone learning the ropes before they buy a big green egg? Brad, if you don't read this, you're going in my note. Thanks. Holy shit. Oh, I'm safe. I better be fucking safe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Big green egg, Kamado Joe. Those are really big investments, and also a bit tricky to learn. So, good for you for not jumping right into that. You can, but I respect what you're doing. Weber kettle. It's affordable, really well made, and you can make anything on it, from ribs to brisket, burgers, steaks, like small things, whatever. You can do anything on a Weber kettle. You can take it low and slow. You can do high heat searing. I do recommend like some accessories for it, like charcoal baskets. They don't have to be like a slow and sear, but just any sort of charcoal basket. Or there are methods online to put it like fire bricks in the bottom to separate the coal. It's just easier to make a 2-zone fire that way. But a Weber kettle, I think the 22-inch is the standard size. I wouldn't go smaller than that if you want to do like a brisket or something on it. It just gets tricky. But there's just so many great YouTube channels. Number one, like Cooking with Rye, R-Y. He has videos where he does everything on the kettle, like everything smoked that you can think of. And then, of course, there are other great channels that do View to a Grill has a lot for like high heat searing and also smoking videos too. But you can do so much with a Weber kettle. That's like my number one that I'd recommend because too, it doesn't feel like a beginner grill that you're going to say, well, I'm going to toss that in the garbage in 2 years. That's a lifetime grill. My dad's had the same one for over 20 years now. So that's a grill that's going to last you a very long time and it's affordable and can do everything.
There you go. All right. Next, we got here from Carlos. Hey, Triforce. With Halo releasing on PlayStation, I see a discourse that PlayStation pushed away all of its competitors from the console space as if Nintendo doesn't exist. Even to the point of saying that PlayStation pushed Sega out of the console space when it was Nintendo. People are fucking insane. They should not forget Nintendo competes with the rest as well. Hope you are well. Love from Honduras. Yeah, this is like people, I guess the whole thing about PlayStation and Xbox not competing with Nintendo or Nintendo not competing with them. And it's like, yeah, they do. They do no matter what they tell you. They're our competition. They're another game developer. They make their own consoles. Of course, they're competition. I mean, PS2 was kind of like the final nail in the coffin, I feel like, for the Dreamcast. Or one of the dramatic ones. I mean, the GameCube was around, of course, but the GameCube didn't even do close to what PS2 did. Not even close. GameCube didn't do super well. But yeah, of course, Nintendo was a big part in killing Nintendo. Absolutely. They were the arch rivals.
Yeah.
Gene, any thoughts about this?
Yeah, I get tired of hearing that, where it's like, oh, even Colin says it all the time. It's like, oh, Sony and PlayStation are really competitors. It's like, yes, they are. What are you actually talking about? Think about how many more PS5s would be out in the market right now if Nintendo simply did not exist. Right. Period. Yeah. There's 80 million PS5s right now. There are probably 100 million PS5s. That's competition now. Right now, of course, I'm not saying all 150 million Switch One owners would be a PlayStation, and suddenly there'd be 300 million PlayStation players. But there could be, who knows? But that's still a millions and millions of people that aren't spending money on PlayStation because they're buying Nintendo games and loving it. The kids, no one's buying Last of Us Part 1. There's no 7-year-olds being like, oh my God, Last of Us Part 1, just like how I remember. They're not doing that, They're not be like, oh my God, Days Gone. They updated Days Gone. Yeah, Oh, Halo. They're not doing that. They're buying new Nintendo games and being introduced to the Nintendo world.
Yeah. I didn't buy my nieces and nephew a PS5. I was like, nah, I'll get you Switch 2. Yeah, that'll probably be a little better for you guys. So,
yeah. Oh, God of War. Yeah, remember when Kratos, shoved that woman into the lever and he crushed her? That was so cool. I'm only 6 years old, but I love this. That's not. I don't know if
you guys saw the recent quote, but Satya Nadella saying that like PlayStation, Nintendo are not competition. It's TikTok and stuff like that. And it's like, well, I mean, TikTok is competition, but so are those two. Definitely, they're beating your ass,
dude. They're gonna bring back Connect somehow.
Somehow, dude. It'll come back.
All these kids are dancing, so why don't we just make our Xbox players dance?
Put Copilot in it. Send it.
Put Copilot in there. The AI will tell us how to dance. Just we're doing this and doing all the movements.
Dude, I've always wanted to learn how to floss though, because I never learned how to do that. So
I didn't know how to floss.
If they can teach me how to do that, I'd be down.
I did know how to do the floss once. I think I actually did that for the Washington Post TikTok once too.
Man, that's funny.
Oh God.
All right, let's see here. Next, we got from Eric. Said, so I'm the dad who went to London and wondered if I should give my 2 kids their Xmas Switches too. So we talked about this weeks ago. So I did not give them the Switches after your advice, which was very good. The kids were so jacked up on the trip, they didn't need them. The 11-hour flight home may have helped, but glad I have saved Christmas magic.
Hey.
So my new dilemma. I have a Nintendo Switch with tons of games bought. When I give my kids their Switch 2s on Christmas, do I make one mine so they can download my Switch games? Can only one of the Switch 2s be able to do this? Should I start fresh with both of theirs? I'm also very confused about game sharing. Should I have 2 copies of Donkey Kong ready under the tree? Roku. Oh, I'm sorry. That Roku's the next guy. I forgot to highlight that. But that was from Eric. Okay. Dilemma here. So he has the Switch 2s he's saving for his children under his tree. But he said, gave my kids a Switch 2s on Christmas. Do I make one mine? So if he's talking about if he's taking one. I mean, yeah, fuck them. They're your kids. You got the power, dude. Take one. Make them share one.
If you want to, just take it. It's okay.
Yeah, just take it, dude.
I feel like he's saying, should he put his account on one of them so that all his games are on it?
Yeah.
The child, but the child, it's for the child still.
Yeah,
should he just be logged into one of them so his whole game library is available to the children?
Yeah, so you have to make one of them the main console and the other one's the other not. But I'm trying to think. I think you can play games at the same time with that. Because I remember me and my girlfriend would do that because we played Monster Hunter like that way. So you could do that, but you're always going to have like an online connection for one of them, I think, if you do that. So keep that in mind. The game sharing thing, I haven't actually messed with it, but I believe if you give it someone to share, you cannot play that game if you give it to someone to share.
Right.
They have to either give it back to you or it comes back after like a week or two, something like that. I forgot how much the time is.
Yeah, but that does help you as a parent, help you control how much they play. So there's that. Otherwise, if you want them to just play whenever the fuck they want, then you probably need to buy 2 copies of Donkey Kong. That's pretty much it. But
you might want to double check to make sure that like online sharing thing before you purchase it, because you might not have to buy 2 copies of Donkey Kong. But if they're like out in the wild and stuff like that with no interconnection, and they both want to play Donkey Kong on it, it might be a problem.
Yeah. If you go on another trip, then it'll be a problem. So
so double check really quick.
Because I'll also say too, with the virtual game card thing, I have not had a great experience with it just for sharing games between my 2 Switches. Like it flat out, there was something that was purchased on my, there's something I bought and for some reason it defaulted to my Switch 1. Right. And I was like, oh, well, it's got the virtual game card on Switch 2. Like I could see it. And so I clicked on it and it kept saying like it just wouldn't open. And I go to the Switch 1 and I granted permission and it still didn't work. And I was just like, I don't want to mess with this. I ended up just completely uninstalling it on the Switch 1. And then so actually installing the game on Switch 2, not the virtual game card, but like the fucking thing. But I was like, I don't know why that didn't work. I don't know what I misunderstood, but even just sharing games between my 2 Switches, I was like, this isn't working. This was annoying. So I'm not trying to tell you to spend a ton of money, but like maybe practice first,
maybe just double check because we're not exactly sure how things have changed.
Because there's nothing wrong with when it comes to buying electronics for children, it's often recommended anyways to open the box, plug it in, get it updated. Sure. So on Christmas morning, you're not doing all that.
They can play it
so
right out the box.
So it wouldn't hurt while they're at school or something to, pop in a game, see how this works.
Test it out. Sure, yeah. And if you need another copy, you have time to buy one.
Because ideally, it's like, you want them to just be able to plug it in and play, not, we got to do some updates first and figure all this out, and you've already had 6 glasses of eggnog, it's like, just maybe test it out with one of them.
Yeah. Eric, after Christmas, let us know how it all went. Give us the breakdown if your kids enjoyed it and if you had any problems. All right, this is from Roku. Hey, Punchers, I need some advice. With so many games releasing and many to catch up on, when do you know it's time for you to either shelve a game for later or completely drop it, especially if you have already invested many hours into it? If I'm about 60 to 70% into a game, which I find okay at best, I feel an obligation to complete it or continue with the hope that I like it more, even though I could be playing something more exciting. Is this something you even think about, or do you just naturally fall off? Hope you have a spooky Halloween. Micah, advice for Roku here.
I'm only learning this like recently. I'm really bad at this because I will force myself to play something or force myself to read something and then realize like I dropped down to like 1 hour of gaming per week because I was dreading it so much and I just didn't want to do it. I have finally learned that it's the feeling of dread. If I'm like, I don't want to play it, I stop. Because I realized like I stopped reading for like the past 2 weeks. I fucking hated the book I was reading, but I was halfway done. And I convinced myself, no, you'll finish it. And I would start reading and I'm like, this fucking sucks. And I finally said, just put it down. Just put it down. You know, I got to get better at just not finishing things. So I'm working on it. But for me, it's the feeling of if I feel like I would rather just not game at all than go back to that, or just not read at all, then go back to that, it's time to drop it.
Yeah. Gene, any advice?
No. Yeah,
okay.
If you're that far, I feel like you should probably finish the game. You know, that's why like Persona 5, you know, I got like maybe 30% of the way through, and so like even though it took me 7 years, I still wanted to power my way through that. I didn't start over on that one. I actually decided to just power through the story and just read a recap or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm so overwhelmed with the amount of games. Like I'm getting kind of a panic attack about how many video games there are for me to play. It's kind of annoying.
Oh, dude. Well, because I got another Amazon notification that Tales of Exilia Remastered also comes out this week. Oh, so I was like, oh shit, another challenger approaches.
Damn, man. For me, Roku, I have no problem dropping a game if I'm not enjoying it. There are times where sometimes I have to power through it a little bit, like a couple hours. But if I'm powering through for like 7 hours, I'm like, nah, it ain't worth it at that point. So it's all depending on the fun factor. There's too many games to play for you to just stick with a game if you're not really enjoying it. I mean, there's different variables. Like if you have the money to buy a new game, that's not a problem, sure. But if you're low on funds or whatever and you want to just get the most bang for your buck, yeah, then sure, just go through your game. But if you have the option to move on to something else, just move on, dude. You can always come back another time. Maybe you're just not in the mood for that game. So don't feel bad about dropping a game. It's okay. All right. Last thing here is from Izzy Smalls. Hey, Donkey Punchers. It's the 8-year anniversary for Mario Odyssey, and it has me wondering, what is taking so long? I'm shocked we haven't even had the next 3D Mario announced, with the Switch 2 being out nearly 6 months. Can we put to bed the narrative how Nintendo has it figured out when their AAA games take even longer to release than those of Sony and Xbox? It took a decade to get a new Mario Kart 7 years between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and 18 years between Metroid Prime games. Now that Nintendo has run out of Wii U ports, is Nintendo looking at a potential drought for their tentpole titles, considering how long they take? Keep up the great work. I think some Nintendo games do take a long time. They do take their spacing with them, like Animal Crossing, Smash. You usually get one per generation. Yeah. And I think that's been kind of consistent. Sometimes for some of them, you get 2 per generation. Sometimes you get like 2 Zelda games, maybe 2 Mario games if you're lucky. But this is pretty par for the course. But it's hard for me to look at this year, their lineup, and being like, well, they're putting out a lot of shit. Brand new shit, Mm-hmm. Getting Kirby Air Riders just coming up. Metroid Prime 4 is coming out. Granted, that did take a long time, but they restarted development on that game. So I guess that's a reason why. Mm-hmm. But yeah, people don't give Nintendo, or I mean, I guess they do, but recently I haven't seen a lot of people complaining about that compared to PlayStation and Xbox, I guess. But Gene, what do you think about this?
It's because, I mean, you already said it. This isn't some new phenomenon that Zelda takes 7 years to make. Right. That has been the case since the 90s, Mario games also, they take a very long time to make. Do you know... I can't even explain how long it took between Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island, and Mario 64. That was a half a decade. That felt like forever. Even more so, I think. So we don't complain about it because that's Mario and Zelda games in particular have always been that way. Mm-hmm. in the meantime, we get Super Mario Wonder, we get Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, we get Hyrule Age of Imprisonment coming soon. Obviously, made by Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja, but they're keeping the first party lineup going. We're not getting Last of Us Part 3 right away, but the issue is that Sony has nothing else in between. There's we get Soros next year and Wolverine, I guess, next year. Mm-hmm. So Sony PlayStation has even less ambition than Xbox is actually publishing a lot, actually.
Because they own an insane amount.
Because they own so many because they bought their way into that. They bought into that situation. But as a publisher, to be fair, they are producing a lot. Just none of it is exclusive. They're all on PlayStation. So
right.
It just because they're all trying to make that money back. Again, Nintendo is the only one that's still producing regular content fairly regularly. Yes, they're not all the biggest games all the time. Trust me, the wait for the next 3D Mario, it feels like a long time, but I'm 44 years old. That's par for the course.
Yeah. And it's like, I would love to get at least 2 for every generation, 2 mainline Mario games, 2 mainline Zelda games. We did kind of.
It's not an Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask situation. Like, that's rare. Like, we didn't get Wind Waker. Dude, I would have loved a Wind Waker too, man. I was waiting for that. I was like, dude, just make a Wind Waker that's like Majora's Mask. Use the same fucking cartoon shit. Put it on land, and that's cool. And then instead they made Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. It's like, okay, all right.
They made Twilight Princess, though, I guess.
And they did make Twilight Princess, and that was fairly fast, actually. So,
yeah, that came out in 2006. I'm trying to remember when Wind Waker came out. Wind Waker was like 2002 or 3.
So, yeah.
So 4 years.
Twilight Princess.
But that was a different era where games were coming out. Sequels are coming out much faster.
Yeah, 4 years between Zeldas. Yeah, but I mean, besides that though, like it's always been super long. Breath of the Wild was the first Zelda in 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah, it was like what 2011,
2017, 6 years. So
yeah.
We got Tears of the Kingdom. Well, we got Tears of the Kingdom about that same time too. So.
Yeah, it's usually like 6 or 7 years for Zelda or
Zelda,
a mainline Zelda or Mario. Usually,
the big ones will take a while. So,
in terms of Mario, though, the Odyssey team made Donkey Kong, so that's what they were doing. There might be another team making a new 3D Mario. I have no idea. I hope we see one soon. I hope we at least see it next year, even if it doesn't come out next year, because. Want that new 3D Mario? Let's fucking go. All right. But I don't know. That's just kind of how it's always been with those games, those tentpole Nintendo games.
They made Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is better than Super Mario Odyssey. Go play that.
Yeah. All right. Micah, Gene, we're done. Thank you both for joining me. Before we go, any final thoughts or words you want to say?
Nope, I gotta get out of here.
Just ready to go to Waffle House.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah.
Micah's got to go to Waffle House, and I got some work to do, so...
Okay. Cool. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching and listening. We greatly appreciate it. See you then. Goodbye. Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Bradley Ellis. My co-hosts are Gene Park and Micah Moriarty. The show is edited and produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Punching Up, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we're grateful for your kind contributions and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.